Well, that was an interesting warm up. You can unmute yourself, by the way. I'm ready. We're live. We're
Yep.
ready.
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man. Credit goes to Big Al. Back when he was doing like remixes using CPS sound font, and I was really into Persona 4 at the time. Hold on, let me. I can
Thought it
cut the.
sounded familiar.
Yeah, it's the it was the not the final boss theme, but the one before it. The when you had to fight
The
basically a
Genesis, right? Or is that the final
no,
boss
no,
thing?
Genesis is the final one, or the one
Okay.
before the final one. But this is when you had to fight fucking giant disco,
Giant eyeball thing? Yeah.
giant eyeball technodrome looking dude.
Yeah.
Fucking love that boss fight. Love how it takes place like on the like in the sky of the city that you've grown attached to after 40 plus hours in that game.
40 plus? How the hell did you play?
I took my sweet ass time, dude. This was like the first JRPG I played from start to finish, and this is the game that got me into the genre now
No, but I
because,
mean, that game was way longer than 40 plus. That's like an 80-hour game.
man, I don't know, man. Like I said, I've been drinking,
I mean, I
and
guess it's technically 40 plus.
it is 40 plus. That's why I put the plus in there because I'm like, I don't think
Yeah.
it's 40. It might have been around like
I spend way too much time in RPGs. I always take my sweet time. I
it,
need to talk to everybody, and usually I'll leave the game paused for a while and go do something else, and then come back, and that kind of inflates my time. Happened to me a lot
okay.
with Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I had to fucking do that for Disgaea too because you had to put 40 hours in before you could unlock Lahara, which pissed me off. So what I
Oh
did
my god!
was I left my PlayStation on for like 2 nights, and then
Oh
occasionally
my!
I would save just in case there would be some mishap or a blackout or
Oh, that's
something.
awesome.
But
So basically, the technique to unlock Mewtwo in Melee, like
yeah,
play the game for 8 hours.
time lock unlocks are the biggest piles of bullshit ever. I'm gonna raise my volume
Oh
up a little
boy.
bit.
Have you ever seen a 100% run of Baten Kaitos on the GameCube?
No, I haven't.
So, one of the things in Baten Kaitos is that it uses I don't even remember. I don't even think it's the clock. It's some weird thing where they it. I'm trying to remember the reason why they can't just set the clock forward, but there's items in the game that take 2 weeks real time to like activate.
Uh huh.
So, like 100% runs is someone playing the game as much as they can and then just taking a break for like 2 weeks and then coming back to go, oh, okay, now I can get this item.
That's messed up. But yeah, love that particular boss theme. It's called the Almighty, by the way, and it is from the
The
Persona 4
Almighty, yeah. I always get
soundtrack.
the Almighty, the Genesis, and isn't there one called Fog?
Yeah,
Or is that like the
the
main one?
fog was before Genesis when you were
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
the true ending boss.
Yeah. If I
Uh, the,
remember correctly, I like the Fog more than Genesis because that one like combines your
Gen
victory theme into the music.
I don't. I just remember the fog because my first Persona 4 experience was the fighting game. I played a little bit of that before getting
Oh,
into it.
okay.
It's a weird story. It's like, okay, look, I know people are trying to sell me on Persona 4, but keep in mind, I hated JRPGs back in the day. I just never couldn't
Gotcha.
get into it. And then all of a sudden, they're like, hey, we're collaborating with Arc System Works. I'm like, oh, those are the guys who made Guilty Gear, my fucking favorite game.
Yeah.
Um, and then they made this fighting game. It looked interesting. I remember picking it up at in a town with Windsor, and Windsor was a big Persona 4 fan already, so he kind of like filled me in on some shit. He didn't fill me on everything. He just said, "Oh, it's an interesting slice of life story about you in this small village solving mystery murders."
Yeah, that um so prepare to hate me. My experience with Persona my first experience knowing about Persona 3 and 4 was X-Play, but then I just didn't think about it for a while. And then I heard extra credits gushing about it, and I'm like, "Huh, maybe I should try this out."
Well, I've heard a little bit of Persona 3. I just remember seeing images of an emo kid pointing a gun at his head all the time. I was like,
Yeah, that was like
whatever.
the entire X-Play review that I bring up all the time.
I think I dropped out X Play once I got me an Xbox 360 because I stopped giving
That
a
was
shit.
probably for the best. I watched them till like near the end.
That's me. Ooh, that must have
But
been hard. But
you
I
talk
I,
to
I
Shin
pi-
Megami Tensei fans about the extra credits video, and they will have an aneurysm. Like they hate it so much.
well, here's the thing. Well, when I tried out the Persona 4 fighting game. I was like, oh, this is great. All these characters are actually likable. I wonder what the story of the original game was like, and I had no
It's great.
interest. I had no interest in playing the game. None. I was gonna watch the anime adaptation
Oh yeah.
because I think that's what Windsor recommended me too.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, it's coming out on DVD with an English dub with as much of the original voice cast as possible. They lost Naoto's, unfortunately, but her replacement, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, does a really good job
Yeah.
and actually tries to sound like a boy when she performs her dialogue.
Oh, yeah, Naruto.
Yeah,
I don't know. Every time there's a voice actor change, I'm just too fixated on Chie. That's my problem.
I actually like Chie's new voice over the original one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's Naz from Edda and Eddie, for one thing.
Wasn't that the original? Wait, no.
The
I gotta
the,
actually
the
look up and
new
remember who the original was.
Aaron Fitzgerald, who is the
Aaron Fitzgerald.
voice of Naz and Edda and Eddie, and she also voices Noir in the Neptunia series originally. She got replaced, unfortunately, because of the damn strike, which sucks because
Yeah.
she is so fucking good as Noir. I hate to see her go, but she wanted to support her fellow voice actresses over monetary disputes, so I can't stop her from that. But
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Like voice
but
actors are
but
not.
I did
They're not
I
a.
actually liked her way more because she actually sounded like a teenager. The original Chie voice actress sounded
I think
really
that was kind of the
old.
reason I didn't like it because I kind of liked seeing Chie as sort of like a little. Even though it doesn't fit her character, I kind of liked her sounding a bit more mature than she actually was.
Okay, well,
Even if her entire personality is Trial of the Dragon.
but for some reason, I don't know, it clicked inside me that I was like, okay, I want to know this story of Persona 4.
Yeah.
Um, so I went to a GameStop. They had a copy of the PS2 game for like, I don't know, $30 or $40. And I said, fuck it. I'll go pick
Yeah,
it
the
up and play it. And I actually fell
SMT
in love
games
with the
don't drop
gameplay.
in price.
Yeah, it didn't drop that hard in price at all. But
None of them do. It's so weird.
I picked it up anyways because I had that kind of money, even though I worked at a shitty part-time job at a shitty place. I'm too admit to. I don't even want to talk. I don't work there anymore, but
Yeah.
I still don't want to like bring it up because it post graduation blues and all that
Oh, I
shit.
was talking about terrible job. No, after I graduated college, I actually had the worst job of my life. After you tell your story, I might get into that. But
Okay. I'll let you get into that and I'll judge because this, like I say, post college graduation from my end, I had a pretty fucking terrible job.
oh,
But
but
the,
yeah, go
the
on about
my
buying
my
Persona.
my greatest highlight from that job was I did dress up in a mascot costume to advertise a new store that was opening there that I got transferred to.
Oh wow, so Teddy must have rang true for you when
That
playing the game.
that was the highlight of my life at the time, but whatever. I kind of wish they shared that with me on Facebook or something. I actually I would have fucking advertised it, even though again, job I'm not too proud of.
Yeah.
But
But even bad
I
jobs have a
played the
fun.
game and I just fell in love with the mechanics, even though it has things that I didn't think I would actually like. It had a very long, gratuitous dialogue. I mean, Jesus Christ, it takes like 3 or 4 hours before you actually get to the first real dungeon.
Yeah.
It had moments where you spend days just hanging out with school students in a Japanese high school simulator, which by that time, years before then, I'm tired of the whole Japanese high school anime cliches. But here I
Mine was
was
kind of
enjoying.
weird because I didn't get into anime until I was maybe like 16 because I was really against it.
Huh.
Like yeah, a lot of shows kind of poisoned it for me before that, and then I didn't give it a chance until I learned about Full Metal Alchemist. I'm like, okay,
But
this is kind of cool.
But when I actually did the turn-based combat, I was like, "Holy crap! There's actually interesting. Oh, you
Yeah,
can exploit weaknesses and do an extra
that's
attack. Oh, there's like a system mechanic where one of your partners will actually fucking be a human shield to protect you from attack. These are some
you
actually
became friends with
interesting.
Yosuke. Yosuke will now die for
Yeah,
you.
pretty much. I was like, these are some. Oh my god! And I made a
Wait,
video years ago called "I Hate JRPGs, but I Love Persona 4," and then since then, I've been playing other JRPGs.
okay,
I
Donkey.
play Persona 3. Yeah. Well, I think Donkey kind of sucks when it comes to JRPGs nowadays.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, totally. No, he's not a fan of like anything that goes against his wheelhouse.
yeah, I know. But since then, I've been trying RPGs, old and new. I've played a little bit of Suikoden, Xenogears. I've played some of the more modern stuff. I played Lost Dimension, Digimon Story. I was like, oh man, I think I like this genre now. Terrible time to
I
get into it because I'm old and I don't have that much time in my hands.
exactly
But
it's rough.
but
I've been trying to play Nocturne for like 5 years now, and I just keep falling out of it because that's a game where if you like kind of fall back on your laurels of like think remembering it's an old school game and you have to save all the time, like you can lose hours of progress.
yeah, and it's hard as fuck because I have Nocturne. Here's
Yeah.
the thing: I have a bunch of old PlayStation 2 JRPGs physically owned, but I need to get on them. Half of them is Shin Megami Tensei games like
Yeah,
Nocturne,
yeah. I
Devil.
have both Digital Devil Sagas. Never touched them.
I have Digital Devil Saga 1. I am gonna hunt for Digital Devil Saga 2, but I also have Devil
They were both
Sum.
$5 during a sale, so I bought them both.
I have Devil Summoner 2, Raido Kuzuna versus
That one's
King
good.
Abaddon. Oh yeah, dude, the music in that game's great because it's Shoji Meguro, the same composer as the
Yeah,
Persona
yeah.
games.
Shoji rules.
Yeah, you could tell, and I do love the fact that they kind of turned into an action RPG, and I
Yeah.
love. Here's the thing.
It's interesting. I've seen a lot of it, and like everything I've seen looks really cool. I've never played it.
Here's the thing. Like, I hated the dialogue system in Shin Megami Tensei 4
Really?
because I don't know what to say to some of these demons. They're like, "Do you think I'm
Okay.
ugly?" And I go, "No."
So
And they go,
the
"Oh, fuck you." Fight continues.
yeah,
I
no,
lose a turn.
okay.
I get my ass
So
kicked, and I'm like,
I love that with a passion because so the gimmick is that every demon has one thing that will always work on them, but everything else is vaguely randomized.
"Yeah, okay." Now, now I say that, but Devil Summoner 2, they have those similar conversation mechanics. And keep in mind, this is going from a late 3DS game to an early PS2 game. You can converse with the monster, and then the text will tell you this conversation is actually going poorly, and they actually add some other system mechanics like, do you want your ally to tell a fucking racist joke? Well, not. They don't. It doesn't specify a racist joke, but I just think it'd be funny if I just pepper that into. Again,
The
I've been drinking, and I go yes, and then
I'm gonna have to chug
the
a little bit.
dialogue system in Devil Summoner 2 is just effing fantastic
Have you played
because
Persona 2? I really like the dialogue in Persona 2 because it's like specialized per character and every character
I've
has a particular gimmick.
I've only seen some gameplay footage and know bits and pieces of the story. I won't play Persona 2 until both the PSP ports of Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment get the proper ports they deserve. Apparently, we
I've
got
been playing on
Innocent.
an emulator.
Yeah, we got Innocent Sin, but we've been cockblood on Eternal Punishment. But when those games came out on PS1,
Yeah.
it was the other way around. And
Yeah, it's so weird.
I am also familiar with Sunglasses Hitler, which is the funniest, stupidest
Yeah.
censorship they've ever
So
fucking done.
so actually today I just started like this dumb shit post that was if Persona 1 is so good, how come it's the only Persona game that doesn't have a 2? Because you get Persona 2 Innocence and Eternal Punishment, you get Persona 3 FES and Portable, you get Persona 4 and the Golden. Now we're gonna have 5 and Royal. The only one that doesn't have a bit like enhanced remake is 1, as far as I know.
Actually, the PSP port of Persona is basically the closest thing you'll get to an
Oh
enhanced
god
remake.
damn it! Now my joke is ruined. Every
Because
Persona game has a 2.
they've added well for starters, it's not an Americanized version, aka Revelations Persona, where they turned one of the
God, that
characters into a
Americanized
black
version's awful.
when they turned one of the dudes into a black guy. Um, but
Do you know about the other problem with that game?
they also like
It's
changed
like
up the
ungettable.
soundtrack and made some other tweaks here and there. What?
No, did you ever know about the problem with that game that turns it into a grind fest for all the wrong reasons?
I know they lowered the random encounters in the PS1 localization.
Yeah, so what happened is they lowered the random encounters by a value of like one third, and they tripled the experience, so it evens out, but they forgot to triple the money.
Yeah, that's what I
So
heard.
it's really hard to get money in the game, and you just have to grind for money instead of experience, but you get so much experience.
But I just love the sunglasses Hitler sensor
Oh,
that
it's
they
great.
did in the PSP port. For those who don't know, in the original PlayStation 1 version of Persona 2 Innocent Sin, one of the final bosses is in fact Adolf frickin' Hitler. And he holds the spear of Longinus.
That is kind of metal. Like
R-
that is a good boss.
yeah, it is. That's pretty hype. It could be worse. He could be one of your party members. I think that would be
Oh
egregious.
god.
But
Oh, that would not go over well.
no, it wouldn't. But when Hitler when the PSP port came out, they decided to mildly censor it, not super censor it. So what they did was they call him the Führer, which is what Hitler referred to himself, which is German for
Yep.
the leader. And they gave him like a jacket and a pair of shades. A pair of fucking shades. A pair of
Yep.
black fucking sunglasses.
So
What
now he's cool, Hitler.
what makes this even funnier is that Hitler's original profile is that he has this weird smug smile as his picture
Yeah. Yep.
profile.
That's
Now
true.
imagine a pair of shades over a smug smiling Hitler.
Just
Basically,
bring up an image. Just find an image and bring
yeah.
that up.
Just type in Persona 2 Hitler, Persona 2 sunglasses Hitler, whatever. You'll find that image, and it's like the original deal with it image to the nth degree.
Some of them, Kaneko's designs are just the epitome of just great meme images.
Hmm.
Like, I think one of my favorites is Terminator, which is an angel with a jetpack and two machine guns.
Apparently, the reason why they censor it, and I heard it's censored in the Japanese version as well, it's because of Japan's rating system. So that's why it was like that.
Yeah, yeah, there is a
Yeah, the
yes,
Sarah
that does
system,
make a lot
which
of sense.
yeah, that's what happened to
A lot of the
Dragon
Axis
Quest 8
countries
as
don't like
well.
being reminded they were Axis countries.
All right, so did you decide to drink that mixer you said you were going to drink?
I have not yet. I was kind of just lazing around for a bit. I can go grab that like right now.
All right. In the meantime, I'll tell them what I'm drinking because I have like two.
Yeah, go
I
for it.
drank like
I'll
two
be back in a
daiquiris
minute.
so far. Oh yeah, I'm pretty hammered. Um, so I went to this other daiquiri bar, which I think I'm going to visit more frequently because the one I usually norm is going to move to a location that's going to be so far away that I have to drive there. And well, I could probably pick up a daiquiri and then drive home and drink it, but I can't go to that place, drink there, and then drive home because the obvious, buzz driving is drunk driving. Guys, I might be a bit of an alcoholic, but I'm still telling you guys, you gotta be responsible with your booze. I mean it. So I'm visiting this other place that was on the same street. It's a little bit better, but I didn't go there originally because their strongest drink they had, which was called the Knockout Punch, couldn't even make me fucking flinch. But I decided to try out a new mixer, which I'll explain later. But before, when I was at the bar, I had a drink called Crew U. Crew spelled Krewe. The French way of saying things because Mardi Gras season. It was basically grape flavored Kool-Aid with a shot of diesel I added into it. I decided to drink that in the bar. And then as I'm going home, as I'm holding in my hand, I decided to pick up a drink called a TKO, which mixes the Knockout Punch with, I can't remember this other drink. But I also peppered in a shot of diesel in that bitch too. And I'm drinking right now. I'm a little warm. I'm a little buzzed. I don't think I'm super hammered, but I'm about half done with this drink anyway. So there's plenty more. Who
Yep, I
knows?
got it now.
Who knows? Maybe this will mess me up like it did Tom Street. Dude, when I was in Tom Street and I drank that daiquiri last night, man, it hit me hard at one point. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa. It was like
yeah.
a crit.
Sugary drinks will sneak up on you.
Mm. Also,
But
hey guys, what do you guys think of this background image I use for the stream? Because I want to use this whenever we do Weeb'n Talking from now on. That I use as the thumbnail for this stream.
I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to sway anybody. But I am drinking I'm drinking a Jameson and lemonade.
Good. Jameson. That was a character in BoJack Horseman in the first episode of the last season. Don't spoil
Like,
anything, guys. I've only been 3 episodes into the newest season.
I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, yeah, that was. I legitimately don't remember who that character is. My memory is so bad when I binge shows.
The episode 3 of season 6. That was the one where Diane was hanging out with this yak by the name of Guy, who is her
Like,
cameraman. I
I,
like him.
I don't want to say like that was the thing. Like there's a thing that the show does a lot, and I think the final season, like it the final season is like kind of messing with your expectations. It plays into some, but it like will completely subvert others, and I do like that. So you're really on edge, going like, okay, who's gonna be a bad person? Because you're so used to that at this point.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, the chat's talking right now, so I need to use the restroom real quick. BRB.
All right. All right, Chad. If you have anything to talk about, you totally can. I have been watching a little bit of. I saw the first 2 episodes of Ezokin yesterday, and I did catch up on on interspecies reviewers because of course I did. And when when Scream gets back, I'll talk about that a little bit. But oh yeah, I didn't really introduce myself. I was here last week. I'm Sir Squiggleton. I have my own channel where I generally don't have a real I don't have a real mission statement. I just kind of do what I feel like. And I know it's on a bit of a delay, so me talking is just kind of filling for time right now. But right now, I'm just protecting my computer from my cats because if I close the door, you'll hear them screaming to get in, and if I let them in, they like to attack my keyboard. So right now, I'm kind of acting as a shield and just setting up stuff around my computer so they can't get to it. But no, they're actually being good right now. But before the stream, they were attacking everything. And if anybody else wants to talk about anything like that, what's your favorite cocktails? Oh man. But yeah, usually I have the days off on Monday, but I did fill in for somebody's shift today, so I had a 1 day weekend, which kind of sucks. But
All right.
oh,
Well,
there you are. I was kind of talking about nothing the whole time.
all right. That's fine. Everyone loves the background. For those who
Yeah.
are curious
Yeah,
what this
nice.
background is, hold on.
It looks familiar.
This is the Genshiken Club Room
Ah, yep,
from
that
my
makes total sense.
favorite series, Genshiken, which I plan to work on a video about soon. I got some scripting done, but I think I might have to improv more. Um,
Didn't, didn't Genshin have like a weird long break between anime, so like the shows they were talking about like changed completely because like 10 years had passed or something like that?
yeah, that's just a weird thing. Even though the anime takes place in like the mid to early 2000s, um, but like the thing is, it had like 8 or 9 volumes of the manga originally. Then dude got a hair up his ass and made a second continuation, which was called Second
Okay.
Season.
Gotcha.
And I think that one was like 13 or 14 volumes long. And they decided to make an anime, which by the way, they skipped most of the stuff that was in
Ugh,
the
that
first
happened with the
half.
world God only knows, and it was super weird. And it's a shame that that studio went under.
But I don't know. I am gonna talk. I am talking about recommendations. I'm gonna try to
Yep.
direct people onto which shows to pick up.
Oh boy, I have some recommendations.
But I am gonna try to at least encourage people to read the manga because, like I said, the manga is just vastly
Always.
superior. Okay, they because here's the thing. I think the anime has like characters in an established relationship, but they never covered that in the anime at all. It
Oh,
just
that's weird.
happened. But in the manga,
Oh,
it happens, and I'm glad it happens. By the way, um, so yeah, like I said, not only does it not cover everything, it just actually straight up skips something. Here's the thing: I've heard about Genshiken Nidabi the anime, and I do have it on Blu-ray. I just never seen it yet.
yeah.
I might see it eventually. Even though that one is filled with a new generation of yaoi fangirls and a cross-dressing boy.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to say so it's Ouran High School Host Club, but then I remember that's the opposite of Ouran High School Host Club. But oh, to answer Matt Wheaton's question, I don't watch much mecha. I tend to prefer Okay, so I tend to prefer I it's such a stupid answer, but it's like I like when the show's not based around the mecha. And there's an example of that I can give because I tend not to like military mecha. I like Super Robot. So my favorites are Gurren Lagann, Star Driver. I've been wanting to watch Baccano forever. Evangelion is kind of in the middle of that. But my favorite military mecha ever is an anime called Heavy Object, where the plot was that every country kind of broke off into a bunch of splinter
Oh, you muted
entire
up.
military budget to make gigantic and they would just fight wars by making these tanks fight each other, and the entire army's job was to maintain these tanks. And the two main characters are just these two horny military bros who MacGyver their way into blowing up tanks. And it's kind of great. So it's just two solid snakes who like are dumb military shonen protagonists blowing up Metal Gears and getting sent to new battlefields to blow up more Metal Gears.
Huh. Squiggle. Sonny if it
Yeah.
wants to know what's your worst anime of all
Yep.
time.
Yeah, I just saw that one. There was an anime that came out years ago. I only watched season one. It was called Little Busters.
Uh, okay, that's not Punchline. I was thinking Punchline for
No,
some
no,
reason.
no. I for whatever reason just hated this thing from the start, and it was one of those things that people would defend while talking shit about the anime I liked from that year. So I got like extra mad at it. But Little Busters was a. It felt like a KyoAni show that wasn't made by KyoAni.
Ah.
And it was so the general plot of it was just weird, really basic conflicts would happen, but they'd be like sort of vaguely supernatural seeming. And the point where I threw my hands up and said fuck this show was when an exchange student from Transylvania came in, and she then got like she got in like some weird disagreement at school and then left back for her home country and immediately got kidnapped by terrorists. And her dream was to be an astronaut, so she had this like fallen piece of a space she had a fallen piece of a space shuttle that she kept as a good luck charm. And there's a point where she's tied up in a dungeon by terrorists, and the main character prays really hard while holding the piece of spaceship, and it teleports to her hands and she uses it to escape the dungeon with. And it's fucking horrible.
Damn, that sounds dumb. Nowhere
And
near
then
as dumb as King's Game, but pretty fucking dumb.
yeah, I'm trying to think of more anime I absolutely hated. There's one nobody remembers, called Oiseki Chushin D. I have no idea what the English name is, but it is a 4-episode OVA that ran out of money after 2 episodes. And it took forever to come out, and it was weird.
This
But
sounds so far. This sounds so bad. It's hilarious. I want to see it.
yeah, so the plot of it was that there was a war going on between two neighboring countries, and every character was based off an old school Nintendo game or an old school Genesis game.
Oh, are you talking? Oh, World War Blue. Is that it?
Maybe the main character is called Gear and he's Sonic,
Yes.
and like Tails dies in episode 1, and like Mario's this like swole
Yes,
9 foot tall king dude.
I watched that with Windsor Real, and yeah, I heard the manga is infinitely better because
Well,
okay,
how could it be worse?
well, okay, for those who don't know, it's basically a fantasy war series that is inspired by the console wars of the 90s, which is an
Which is
awesome
idea.
idea.
It's
but
Neptunio, but shit. I say
Neptune,
Neptunio.
Neptune, yeah, I know. Well, it's basically Neptunia, except a little more direct, and would have been interesting. And like I said, set in the 90s. Neptunia was based off of the console generation previously, loosely.
Yeah.
But the anime was just so fucking terrible, and there were only 3 episodes, not 4, if I remember correctly.
No, I'm pretty. I might have to look this up now.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure there were 3. But yeah, the show was pretty stupid, and there was some unnecessary fan service.
I think that. Wait a minute. Let me see. I'm seeing the first Google results, episode 4, but that might be. Yes. Wait. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, man. I remember only 3 episodes.
What is this? Is this similar to the? Oh, I need to talk about the biggest missed opportunity in anime. Okay, so yeah, apparently there is 3 episodes, but there was like an episode 4 that was teased that never happened.
Yeah, because, like you said, they apparently ran out
Ran
of
out of
budget in
money.
the second episode. By the way, Vicky Diaz, good to see you. I think I've never seen you before, but welcome to the stream. But anyways,
It's listed as having 2 seasons.
anyways,
Season 1 is 1 episode. Fuck you.
like one of the things is that it was just unnecessarily fan service. See, I'm not against fan service a lot of anime, even to the
When
point
it's
where,
dumb and like incompetent.
like for example, there was a scene where Gear had to like test himself in front of this one woman by fighting off 100 enemies, and he fucking Dynasty Warriors his way through those enemies. And the woman was so excited, and then for some reason, there's like a weird imagery of her just being naked for no reason.
Yeah, of
Another
course.
example would be this one character that's supposed to be based off of. No, fuck you. I'm not in the mood to watch
Tetris
this
guy?
shit. You're probably telling me some right wing bullshit right now. I'm not in the mood. Sorry, somebody on my Steam
Yeah.
account.
What is his name?
God damn it! And you're probably annoying my audience with your fucking text notification.
What?
I don't
What's
know.
happening?
Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, there was this one character who's supposed to be based off of what is the main protagonist's name in Fantasy Zone? I am.
Oh God.
I have to Google it.
Yeah.
I know it's based off of Fantasy Zone because
I remember there was a Tetris guy, and all of his jokes were, "I stick this thing in this hole."
Yeah, I know.
Fuck
that was
that guy.
stupid. But I'm thinking, okay, there was a character who was based off of Fantasy Zone. The Fantasy Zone protagonist, even though it's a little ship, actually had a name. I know this because I played Fantasy Zone via Yakuza 0.
This shit got a dub.
Oh, I'm about to get to the dub soon, trust me.
Okay.
Fantasy Zone.
Okay.
Fantasy Zone protagonist name. Opa Opa. There was a woman who's based off of the Opa Opa of Fantasy Zone. And she had to do an attack where she needed to do a charge shot. And the way they imaged this, I shit you not, looked like she was fingering herself in her vagina for 2 games. Yeah, because when I think of the console war, I think of jacking up. Well, but anyways, you get my point. It was just unnecessarily stupid.
Well, speaking of
the English dub.
Oh boy, yeah, I want to hear this.
I didn't see the whole thing dub. I just saw a montage. And the montage is they will force in references all the time.
That sounds great.
Just so the director would be like, see, I know this thing. For example, you know the weird dude that weird monster dude who was based off of Link from Legend of Zelda?
Yep, I remember him.
He literally shows up to an enemy to a group of soldiers. He goes, "It's too dangerous to go alone, so take these with you."
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, it gets funnier. There's like references to like the Sonic soundtrack from Sonic Adventure, from Sonic Adventure 2. There's like one character saying, "You gotta be careful. There's danger lurking around every turn." Which is a quote from the City Escape music. Danger's looking around every turn.
Trust your feelings, got to live and learn.
And there was like this. Oh yeah, they were setting up all these other fucking Nintendo characters.
I remember.
There was probably supposed to be Monster of the Week characters for the protagonist to face. That's another fucking thing I'll explain later about the whole plot structure, where one of the characters who's based off of Kirby, she straight up says in English dub, "Hi, right back at you." Get it? Because Kirby says hi, and we're referencing Kirby right back at you, the anime that was bastardized by 4Kids, like. But
Oh god, have you ever watched Kirby Reanimated?
No, I haven't. But let's not lose track because we were talking. What the hell were we? I wanted to bring up something else.
Oiseki Chushindi.
Hold on. What was I trying to bring up when I was bringing up the English?
Kirby. Bad localization dub.
Bad localization dub. There was something I wanted to bring up just when I was about to bring that shit up, but I can't fucking remember it now. This is what happens. What alcohol does to you. You said you want me. Oh, okay, guys. If you're like me, an old motherfucker who grew up in the 90s in the midst of the console war, You know how the story ends.
Yeah.
Nintendo wins. So
Mm.
why the hell would you make a story where Sega? I get it. I get it. Sega was the underdog and they were kicking a whole lot of ass.
And hiring Yakuza.
Yeah, that's that too. But
God, I love those stories. I want to see a movie based on that.
oh my god, there's a fucking audiobook called The Console Wars, which is a fun listen. I'm still in the
Oh
middle
my
of
god,
listening
I
to it,
need
but
to
it's
buy
great.
that.
It's on Audible. Um,
Yo, I'm down.
um, but I didn't like the biased as fuck story of Nintendo as the one-dimensional villains and the Sega guys as the good guys. If I
And
were
then
to,
again, the CEO during that time was kind of a villain,
well,
so
well, here's the thing: if I were to make a story, say, hey, make a fantasy story that's a metaphor for the console wars back in the '90s. Well, for starters, I would turn it into a space opera because bias. I love sci-fi more than
that sounds
fantasy. I would turn it. I
that
basically,
honestly
I
fits the
basically,
tone much better.
I would turn it into Legend of the Galactic Heroes in a way. I would make sure
Yeah,
both Nintendo and Sega get like a fair amount of treatment, where they're both likable,
they both have valid
but they
points.
have flaws and hate, and they probably have some people in both groups that hate each other, that are hateable.
Probably idealists versus realists. That's
Yeah,
always a good conflict.
and of course I would try to be as historically accurate as possible because spoilers for my story.
With Nexa would be cool.
Nintendo's probably going to win. We're probably going to introduce the Sony alliance soon. Whatever, blah
Yeah.
blah blah, and then have
They
it
build the
and
Saturn project and it just shits itself and blows up, and they have to
yeah.
eventually like join the Nintendo empire.
Yeah, just they basically Chernobyl themselves like that. It would be like Star Trek 6, which is a fucking fantastic movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the even numbers.
that's how I would tell my story. And by the way, guys, Neptunia, the franchise in general, and the anime is actually pretty good, though I will admit the English dub. Be warned, it gets unbelievably punny,
Wait for
even by
English dub.
Neptunia standards.
Oh, Neptunia.
Yeah,
I
I seen the
I did
Neptunia
see the
and
dub of the scene where they're trying to go to Adult Island and the two flat-chested characters can't get on.
that scene is hilarious. I know what you're talking about. Uh,
That's like the only thing I've seen, and I laugh every time.
Plutia and Whiteheart, but like the dub gets really fucking punny, dude. Like I remember the one scene where Neptunia's with the rest of the CPU goddesses, and she's like, "We've assembled a dream cast."
Okay, I kind of love it.
Okay, then I would recommend it because as a guy who's like a weird moderate Neptunia fan, where I like the franchise, but I acknowledge its fucking faults and flaws.
I like the idea of it. I
The
just don't want to spend time playing it.
no, the games, the mainline games are actually really well. The Rebirth games,
Okay.
they're really good. A friend of mine who is a stick up his ass old school elitist who doesn't like cute shit at all. He's your typical I love Berserk, I love 80 shit. I also love Evangelion. I was shocked to see him have the entire Neptunia franchise in his Steam library.
That's
I'm,
actually cool.
and I'm like, how
Brings people together.
why are you into this? I thought the designs would fucking make you puke blood and have you run away. And I was like, well, this gameplay's really good.
Okay.
That's,
All right. I might have to give it a shot because every time I've seen the gameplay, I'm like, yeah, maybe that doesn't interest me. But yeah, maybe I was just looking at the wrong games.
you're probably
Because
looking at the original PS3 game, which I
I
saw
think I
clips
was.
and
So
it
I
was
should probably
ass.
like look into that and try it out. They're probably pretty cheap.
Yeah, look for the Rebirth games. Rebirth 1,
Gotcha.
2, 3, V2.
I've heard of some of the endings that piqued my interest.
The games are open ended and the replay value in the game is way really accessible to the point where you probably could get all the endings if you can at one go.
I am such a completionist, and that's my problem. Whenever I play an RPG, I'll focus on one RPG and get every ending, and then abandon like 5 other games to do so.
All right. Anyways, I am trying to read through the chat. I'm just having a really good conversation with you, and holy shit.
Yeah, and up to the animation. Oh yeah, Console Wars with Max. I already talked about that.
Let's see.
So one of the an anime I kind of want to talk about actually when you're talking about ended too soon OVAs. I think that this one was supposed to be 3 episodes, but it unfortunately didn't do that good, and they had to cut it down to 2. Was was a Koei Oshigato, and I'm gonna see if I can remember what the Koei
Okay, I
Oshigato.
thought you were thinking of Dragon Half because that was supposed to be a 4 episodes, and then they stopped by 2, which is a fucking offense because
Yeah.
the first 2 episodes, well, the
Okay.
only 2 episodes of
Working
Dragon
with
Half are great.
voice. So this yeah, it was 2 episodes. It was supposed to be three, but it didn't do well. Yeah, it was after being postponed twice. Jeez, it wasn't doing great. But the I read a lot of the manga, but I never finished. I've really been meaning. I
Um,
really got into.
I'm sorry. You were kind of muting out. You said
Oh,
you were getting into the
I'm sorry.
manga
Yeah,
or
sometimes.
whatever.
Yeah. So. Oh, yeah. I guess my connection's not. But
Professionalism, guys.
okay. Yep. Yep. But yeah, I should get an Ethernet cable.
I probably should myself.
Get called Working with Voice, and the general plot of it is that a there's
Okay, what's the show called again?
Koei Oshigato or Working with Voice.
Yeah, just
But
stick with
the
the American title if it has one.
yeah. Of course, I didn't know the American title. I had to look it up on Wikipedia. It is that a like one day like an older sister goes up to her younger sister and goes like, "Hey, I've taken care of you for a lot of your life, and I think you need to do me a favor now. You see, I work for a hentai games company, and I want you to be a voice actor."
Oh
So
yeah, fucking
yeah,
Media Blasters licensed that anime.
yeah. And I remember I really liked the manga. It was just this girl who was clueless about sex, but just had a gift for voice acting. And it would just, like, the anime was done so well for just like dumb sight gags and pervy jokes. And I really enjoyed where the anime was going. It was like, it was working at like a blistering pace. It was going fast. It was like 5 chapters an episode. No, more than that. It was like 10 chapters an episode, I think. But yeah,
Damn,
but
they didn't bother dubbing this. Just
no,
subtitle only.
no. But
Lame.
it was but I just really like the series, but really need to finish the manga. I'm pretty sure I know how it ends, but I remember there was just some like really fun moments in there, like like the time she got way too into it and ended up orgasming herself from her own dialogue.
Nice.
And then there was the one one part in particular that always stuck out with me is that there was a part where they were at a trade show and she couldn't like say, yeah, she had to act, yeah, she had to sing the theme song for the game they were doing, but it had some really dirty lines in it. So it goes, okay, hey, when you sing this line, just be sure to use like a less offensive word. And then she just forgot because she got way too into it, and basically is just like sing screaming "fuck me in the pussy" like you mean it
Again, this would
at a
be
trade
even.
show. It's great.
This would be better with an English dub.
It would have been
I
amazing.
I
Like,
would
I really
love
wish
to
the
hear
show
the
got more popular.
I would love to hear the voice of Misty having to be forced to do this. Well,
Honestly, Misty would be a really good, yeah, good casting for that main
I mean,
character.
licensed by Media Blasters, so it's going to use a New York cast. Speaking of Misty, she is in Genshiken. She voices one of the main characters.
That's pretty cool.
I know, it's amazing. The series is great. People should watch it. That's why I keep putting it on my fucking channel. That's why I'm going to make a video. That's why I'm
So
going to make
the
another
thing,
video.
the series I'm always pushing every second of my life is Medaka Box.
Huh.
That was unfortunately made into an anime by Gainax, like right around the time they stopped wanting to make anime.
Yeah, when they became a fucking filthy shadow of their former selves.
Yeah. And the thing is, they animated arcs 1 and 2, and every Medaka Box fan agrees. Oh, okay. Vicky just said something I want to talk about. But yeah, but
Okay. I got an anime club story to talk about Puni Puni
oh
Poami.
boy, yeah, but the deal with Medaka Box is that they animated arcs 1 and 2, which everyone agrees is before the story gets good. They spend like 50 chapters one of the main, and it's the only time I've ever seen a character get built up for that long and exceed all expectations. He is legitimately, in my opinion, one of the best fictional characters ever. He is such a fun character. But yeah, it's basically a villain who is like knows that the universe will always make like he knows he's like a monster of the week villain and will always lose and is just doing like Xanathos all day to try and come out on top.
Yeah, the series I want to push, the second series I want to push outside Genshin is Negima, specifically the manga, because
Like, I've heard good things.
the manga is unbelievably fantastic, but sometimes the adult in me like fucking dies inside because Ken Akamatsu can't go 5 panels without a fan service scene, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, when I was a fucking young adult in high school, whatever, reading this shit, I didn't mind, but when I get older and older, and I'm reading UQ Holder too, I was like, come on, man, like, damn it, man, how are you not arrested yet? Anyways, um,
actually, before you tell your Puni Puni Poami story, I want to tell mine. It's really short. So, Puni Puni Poami was one of the few anime I had to watch dubbed because I'm a pretty fast reader. I could not keep up with those subtitles. Every
understandable.
single every single character's talking a mile a minute, and at one point the subtitles stacked halfway up the screen.
Wow. So, that's your story?
Yeah, that's it.
So I got into Puni Puni Poemi because it's a spin-off of Excel Saga, and I love
Same for
the
me.
shit out of Excel Saga. I think I got my DVD box set autographed by Tiffany Grant and
That's awesome.
what was his name? Matt Green. Yeah, Matt Greenfield, the guy who directed the dub. So yeah, Tiffany Grant.
I've met Nabashin.
I w- I had a friend who met Nabashin, and I was jealous. I was
I
super
he
jelly.
told he had to tell everyone in the room no flash photography because he was hosting a bondage panel.
But understandable. But anyways, so after watching Excel Saga and I found out ADV licensed Puni Puni Poemi, I ordered the official ADV DVD of it, and I watched it. I really liked it. I thought it was really fucked up, extreme, raunchy, very edgy. It's basically episode 26 of Excel Saga times 10.
Yep,
And
best episode of the series.
so I was at my anime club one semester.
No.
And then they're like, what are these shows we can watch? And then I pull up, oh, I know what everyone can watch.
Oh God, I have an anime club story.
And I got Puni Puni Poemi pushed up to the front. And dude, even though the show hasn't started yet, I was laughing maniacally.
It is 2 episodes.
It's
That
too.
is like
No, 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 no. I haven't told you the best
episodes,
part
two
about my
episodes.
laugh. Are you
Yeah.
familiar with Hellsing?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the character of Alexander Anderson? Do you remember how he laughs?
Yep. Yep.
with
I
his
do.
with his back arched all the way.
Yeah.
I fully pulled that off perfectly when I was laughing with insanity. That's how fucking crazy I was. And we watched both episodes and everyone hated me since. It was beautiful.
God damn, that first night I drank that Jameson, I finished off half that bottle.
Like, oh my god. I mean, there were some people who were laughing their asses off and people being freaked out and disgusted. And I'm like, this is beautiful.
I
Everyone's
remember.
annoyed by Poami's voice because she talks
Oh,
fast
she's
all
the
the fucking time.
Kobayashi's a good girl. You shut up.
Like, who?
I honestly, more shows should do that gag where the character gets confused with their own voice actress.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. It's
That's
like,
such a funny joke.
why does she keep calling herself Kobayashi? Ugh, the bitch can't stay in character.
Yep, I love it. God, that joke makes no sense in English. I love it.
I know if she kept calling herself Martinez instead, it would have made more sense.
That'd been pretty entertaining.
Considering that
Um,
in the English dub, she was voiced by Cynthia Martinez.
God, so Excel Saga, I think Excel Saga is a gold standard of what a dub should be.
Yeah, I also think it's a gold standard of what a comedy should be because that
That's
shit's
true as well.
my
But there was gags in the Japanese that were like referenced in the dub. I think my favorite was when they were making fun of the bad English in one point.
yeah.
where she's getting interrogated, it says like, "What's your porpoise?" And in the dub, she says, "A really big fish." Because porpoise, haha.
It's like, what is your name? Pseudonym.
Yep. It was so good.
Oh man, I hate the fact that Jessica Calvello almost destroyed her voice and ended her career and
I
had
forgot about that. Yeah, they had to replace
they
her.
had to
I
replace her halfway,
completely
which by
forgot.
the way, I didn't know she went. I thought she retired after that cuz I
I
haven't,
did too. I
but
didn't know she eventually came back.
she
What a
came,
hero.
yeah, she eventually came back, but here's another kicker. And this goes back into Genshiken. She voices one of the characters in that show, and I didn't know until somebody pointed out she voices the main character, Sanji Sasahara's little sister, Keiko Sasahara,
Okay.
who is this typical. She's supposed to be like a subversion of the little sis archetype character on a more realistic standard
Okay.
because she is kind of a Gyaru.
Oh.
Yeah, like
That's kind of great.
when Sanji answers the phone, she's like, "Hello." Oh hell, it's you. And everyone's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to meet up with my sister." And everyone's like, "You have a little sister, guys." I know what you're thinking. It's
Little
not like
sisters are the worst.
it's not like that at all. People who fucking fantasize their little
Okay.
sisters be like that never
What
had one in real life.
what anime? Okay, so I remember the weird character regression that was Awaragi Kiyomi in Monogatari, because in season 1 his girlfriend is asked, like, he says, "Oh, you're kind of protective of your sisters. You a siscon or something?" And it goes like, "No, the only people who are siscons are people who don't have sisters and like to fantasize about the idea. My sisters are assholes."
Uh,
And he's right.
keep going.
Yeah, but in later on, as the series went along, his sisters become like the best fan service ever, and he comes really close to fucking his younger sister on multiple occasions.
Gross.
There's that infamous toothbrush scene.
Okay, I remember that scene.
Yeah, if his other sister didn't walk in, he would have been fucking that his sister.
Going to Oniryo's statement, he said, Oniryo says, "I tried to share some anime to my high school anime club, but seeing people playing on their 3DS Switch or on computers playing League of Legends. Um, that's kind of why I didn't care for either anime club. I will admit I was a bit guilty of this too. But here's the thing. Instead of actually going up on my laptop while the anime's broadcasting, I would just go outside, hang out with my friend while my friend fucking smokes a cigarette so I can be a little more polite about it. But yeah, that's the fucking ADD world we live in, man.
Yeah,
I don't even know
yeah.
why I don't even know why I stuck with my college anime club for that long. To the point where they gave me special graduation tassels when I graduated.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know, and I still have them. But everyone else, all the friends I made in that club, they eventually quit. And
The quitters are the friends you made along the way.
yeah, but yeah, it was an all right club for the most part. I just like hanging out sometimes, and then other times I didn't. I was weird. I'm not gonna
Like,
lie. I'm also a weird individual when it comes to social
I'm
life.
yeah, I have that thing where like a lot of people think I'm less awkward than I actually am.
I never considered you to be an awkward type. You're probably the
No, it's
straight
because,
man
well,
to
the
Big
reason
Al.
is because I'm actually talking about stuff I really enjoy with you, and you don't get to see me having to deal with stuff I don't care about or having to be serious.
What are the stuff people would talk about that you just don't care about, and how would you react? Just give me an example.
Oh, like I do remember with my one buddy, I've been friends with him since we were like both in kindergarten. But I remember he went on like a long conversation about sports in front of me, and I just had nothing to say.
I was like,
And at
oh,
one point, both
football.
him and our other friend turned to me and go, "Hey, Jason, you got any like input on this?" And I just looked up a John Madden quote. It's like, "When you got good players and a good ball and good running, that's good football." And I was just every time they looked at me, I would just read John Madden quotes.
Yeah, nice save. Actually, that's a pretty solid save right there. Yeah, sports is not my forte.
No, but it doesn't
I
show up
have an
often because I'm kind of drunk on streams a lot. But I like I on and off have a really bad
damn it, you're
stutter.
muting out on me. You have a bad what?
Sorry. On and off I have a really bad stutter.
Bad stutter. Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Which is why it's such a pain in the ass for me to just record videos and shit because
Hmm.
like I'm trying to script my Genshiken
Hmm.
review, which is why I haven't gotten anything done. But scripting,
That's why I have to write very extensive scripts.
I'm not gonna lie, streams are way fucking easier than
It
just.
is. I like it. It's just
I
it's
like it, but
chill.
I don't want to depend on it because I hate
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
I hate it when other
I
channels just
I
become
like the
boring
effort.
LPs. Yeah, same here. Like I Confused Matthew is just a boring streamer channel now, which is a movie critic that
I
Big
kind
Al
of want
got
to
me
get into
into.
let's plays as well.
And I would stream too. Like I said, I would stream too, but I want to make more traditional content, which is what I'm trying to aim to improve on this channel. But
Hmm.
like I said, it's just a pain in the ass just to script, set up my microphone because I can't just leave it out. I have to like pull out the shit manually and set everything out because of the way my lifestyle is. Record, get a good recording, feel confident in my recording. For some reason, I just feel super uncomfortable when I'm recording in front of a microphone, despite the fact that I'm doing a live stream where at least 8 people right now are watching me, and I can fuck up, and that shit is there to permanently stay because I can't go back and edit this. And I've also been in theater where I've been doing stage performances in front of groups of people that would stare at me, and
Yeah.
I don't get nervous at all. And I would do speeches and shit. I'm like, yeah, this shit don't bother me,
One of my worst
but a
memories in high.
recording that I can easily fix and do myself, for some reason I just
Yeah.
feel awkward about it. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. I wish I could just like do it and get it out and like not have to worry about like any messes up or flubs because like when you're recording something and you leave a mistake in for like maybe because you think it just sounds better, it was the best take at the time, like I feel like that's like a mark on yourself and you're extra self-conscious about like everything needs to be perfect, whereas when you're like live, people will forgive a mistake.
I guess when you put it that way, that will make a little more sense. But Vicky Diaz asks, "What inspired you to make videos?" Back in the mid 2000s, there was a thing called the ranting community, and I see people, and this was like, I wouldn't say, I don't know if I'd say the birth of social media, but social media was still a baby at the time,
Hmm.
and I had a laptop because I needed one for college. So I got me a fucking laptop and, look up that and porn as well. But we don't talk about that much. But I was bored and I looked up videos on YouTube because YouTube back in the day is where you would watch fan subs broken into three
Yep.
parts.
Yep.
Yep. Those were days. But I decided to like look up like other people's videos and reviews, and I see guys like Aiko Arisaka and Magus X1 like recording videos expressing their thoughts. I was like, oh, these amateur
Mine.
these amateur guys with not well equipment going out and expressing their opinions. There's something I like about it that's genuine and raw about it. And
I
I
wonder if my inspiration is still online.
and I also saw your friend, good old Alan Reddick, aka Big Al
Yep.
2K6. And I was like, and a couple months later, I was like, this is kind of fun. I want to try that out as a hobby. And I had at the time a fucking Xbox 360 microphone, nothing a little more advanced than that. And I met a friend at the anime club I was talking about earlier, my first friend I ever met in college, who apparently used to do YouTube videos about creationism versus evolutionism. He was on the side of the latter. And I looked at him for advice on how to make these videos and whatnot. And then I pumped out my video about Street Fighter 4 because people were shitting on that game without giving it a chance because the game hasn't
Yeah.
even come out yet. Um, and that was my inspiration.
So my main thing is I made videos on Screw Attack
Wow.
years ago.
Didn't even know
So
you
if you look at
could.
my old videos, I got like a ton of views. Like old school YouTube, no matter what you put, you would easily get like over 10,000 views. It was nuts.
Wow.
And my main inspiration was this guy named Flames on Fire who did these top 10 lists. And I looked at his channel. he's kind of still there. He has 37,000 subscribers, and he hasn't put out a video in 7 years. But he just kind of stopped at the time where it became really hard to put out videos on YouTube, especially top tens, because the market was not oversaturated yet.
Hmm.
Like my old videos, I have one that has over 100K views. I sometimes get comments on it to this day, and I just don't bother responding to them because I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was in high school when I made this. It's like, of course, it's not thought out or smart.
Uh.
But actually, one thing I've been looking at, Oni Ryu says, would a work of fiction not do well if they're not following a gold standard, or would that fall under bandwagoning or trend chasing? When I say gold standard, I mean that it sets the new, like, this is what you aspire to be, and then you become the trend setter. And you can do well under a bandwagon if you kind of do your own thing. Like, for example, Konosuba is a bandwagon anime,
Mm-hmm.
but it does its own thing by being a satire of what is popular at the time, being isekai. So, like, honestly, if you want to be popular, you have to appeal to a niche or, like, do something better than everyone else, or just, in the case of Black Clover, just do something that has widespread appeal. Which that show is shit, but a lot of people watch it.
I. And not to act like a superior asshole, but my God, people have shit taste most of the time. But for me, the gold standard is always Street Fighter 2, the anime movie, when it comes to like fight scenes. Cause,
Gotta see Chun Li's butt.
well, that too. But I mean, like, I just really like the fight animation in that show a lot. Like the way
Yeah,
everyone moves realistically because they actually had MMA artists. Um,
so cool.
fucking oversee the animation, do the choreography. They had the really good, real, almost semi-realistic sound effects when people are getting hit in the stomach and face. Um, and yeah, I know I say realistic when it's based off of a video game where everyone fucking shoots fireballs and can
Jumps
do
8 feet in the air and like uppercuts fuckers. Did
yeah.
you ever see that Vsauce video where they like decided to test can you accurately recreate Ken's Shoryuken?
No, I haven't. But to continue on with my statement, I say that, but the thing is, whenever they do like those unrealistic shit, it's always very limited. Like whenever a Hadoken is done, it's always done at like the end of the fucking fight. Um, it's not characters spamming it constantly, which is why I prefer a little more shows that are a little more grounded, and would finish the fight with something super unrealistic, awesome.
I, though there's a soft spot in my heart for shows that apply game logic, but like the most toxic game logic you can think of just spamming abilities.
Ah, Konosuba explosions.
Exactly. No, not even that. In Konosuba, the spamming steel to get a bunch of flying cabbages is brilliant.
Ah,
No, I'm trying to think of like that's like I love JoJo for that reason because it is Plague of Gripes did an excellent video on it where he talks about horizontal progression versus vertical progression. That like stuff like Dragon Ball is you're getting stronger in one particular way, and if you're better at a thing than someone else, you automatically in stuff like JoJo or Hero Academia or like a lot of other series, like Madaka Box, I'll bring up again. It's about matchups. Like, what can you do versus what can someone else do, and with can what you do like overpower what they do by catching them off guard or being cheap.
yeah, I prefer that over fucking vertical progression, which is
Yeah,
why I am totally cool with the idea of okay, we're done with this character story arc or whatever. Why can't the next season just be a new generation of
I
characters,
love
start
it.
from
I love
scratch?
that so much.
I
I
mean, like
haven't seen a
fucking
series do that
JoJo,
besides JoJo.
JoJo does it, Kamen Rider does it, Super
You're
Sentai
right.
does
You're
it,
right, Kamen Rider.
Gundam occasionally does it. and
Yu-Gi-Oh.
there's a reason why those franchises are still there to this day. And I am sorry, guys, I gotta pee again because that's what
Go for it.
happens when I drink about like 70 ounces
Actually,
of
you know
booze.
what? You got me started on Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm just gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh for a
Go
bit
ahead.
because my dream right now is to get really wasted and watch a bunch of GX. So, ever since I watched a little bit of the GX dub and learned what the plot of the space cult arc is, and it was started because Kaiba launched cards into space that then got blasted by cosmic radiation, came to life, and started their own cult. I'm like, oh my god, I need to watch this because like I just love Kaiba as a character so much, and I think that Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of an underrated franchise for making such a ridiculous character. And sure, maybe the recent series aren't that good because they follow the card game, but like there's something love about the old series that didn't follow the logic of the card game. It just did its own thing because it thought it would be cool at the time. So I should probably finish the main series because when I was a kid I stopped during like one of the filler arcs, the one with the motorcycle gang that everyone hates. And I feel like I should finish because maybe it has like some untapped potential that I've never seen before in season 5 or something. I almost bought the entire series on DVD at when a store was closing during a Smash tournament, which I made it to the quarterfinals in despite having one match, which is pretty great. This 8-year-old kid made it to like the semifinals. It was crazy.
All right, I am back, and chat's being awfully quiet. You
Yeah,
motherfuckers can
yeah, I don't really have
talk.
much
We
to
are
say
reading
about
the
it.
chat. I know we've been conversing a lot, but
I was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh and Smash Bros.
that's probably what caused these people to fucking run away because you just talked about the two most can't. Well, that's not fair. I actually like Smash Ultimate, but Yu Gi Oh can go fuck itself
No, the
sometimes.
thing I was saying is that I kind of loved Yu-Gi-Oh back when it ignored the rules of the card game and just made up its own rules for it, and you just got dumb shit happening all the time. I loved it. Oh, Oni, don't be sorry. You're fine. I love you.
I mean, if you have nothing to talk about, that's fine. You don't have to apologize. That's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
no, just
but yeah, if you got some questions, we will try to answer them when we
yeah, yeah.
can.
Actually, you mentioned anime club stories. I remember the worst night of anime club ever was the night they watched Chibi Vampire Karen, and they insisted on watching it dubbed.
Okay, I remember I have volume one of the DVD, and all I remember, well, actually, I have seen more episodes of it dubbed. And Karen just comes off as weirdly whiny in that dub.
No, the problem is, if I remember correctly, it was like a Singapore dub where they just got a bunch of English speakers in Singapore who weren't trained voice actors at all to just read the lines and dubbed it extra cheap.
Okay, I don't think that's the dub I've seen.
Oh, 'cause maybe there's several, but I don't know. I just remember the dub was really
There
bad. But
are
then again,
Singaporean dubs that are outside of America. That's for sure.
yeah.
It's not as uncommon as you think it is.
Oh no, I've seen a lot of Singapore dubs. I kind of love
But
them.
I want to say Genion, when I picked up their officially licensed DVD at the time, they did have their own studio dub, and I want to say Bangzoon Entertainment. I don't know, but yeah, the Cardcaptor Sakura has a Singaporean dub, which good news, it's faithful to the Cardcaptor Sakura series, and it's not fucking Cardcaptors from
What's the
WB.
bad news?
Bad news, like you said, they're not talented voice actors.
Yeah.
It's kind of
So
it's a mediocre
Cardcaptors,
dub.
that was my childhood anime. Like I love, like all the kids were watching Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, yo, Cardcaptors though.
Okay, I will admit, this was before I saw Cardcaptor Sakura, but when
Yeah.
Cardcaptors was airing on WB at the same time Pokemon was, I was one of those weird hipster guys who was like, Pokemon's pretty good, but that Cardcaptors though.
Yeah, it was
That
it was
shows,
great. No,
yeah, it
I
had really
liked it a
beautiful
lot.
art and everything. And I
I
felt
remember.
and I fell in love with that series, and of course I picked that series up on Blu-ray for like what, $125.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
NISA back when they were licensing anime had that on Blu-ray. I picked that up almost fucking immediately. So now I have that series on Blu-ray, and that's a treasure of mine.
I don't know if the site is still around, but I remember I watched Cardcaptor Sakura on AnimeFreak.tv.
I vaguely remember it, but anyways, questions are coming up.
Yeah.
Matt Ween
Oh,
asks, "What would be your worst anime con stories? Like something legit fucked up and cringe." You've been to more
oh
cons
man,
than I
I've been to a lot of
have.
cons. I gotta think about this.
Honestly, all my convention going experiences have been fantastic. But I will tell you this one story, guys. I might as well come out and say it. I was hugged by a furry. Now,
Eh,
oh,
eh.
okay. So it sounds like you got something worse. Now, it was the
No,
first.
it's
It was the first.
I kind of like furries. Every furry I've ever met's been super nice.
To me, they still kind of creep me out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm into weirder shit than they are.
True, but I'm very. Well, anyways, this happened back 10 years ago, actually. It was Louisiana 2010, a convention I almost missed out on because one of my friends was an insensitive little jackass. I was at the line at the Cafe Fleur de Lis, which was the cafe I would go to, which is like 2 minutes away from where I lived on college campus, to order me some delicious Quiznos. So I call up my friend who is on YouTube known as Mitsuhide the Vagrant. I don't know if he still makes content. He might be too busy. But I call him up and I said, "Hey, what's going on with you, man?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm about to head to a convention in Baton Rouge." I'm like, with Charlie. And I'm like, by the way, I probably shouldn't be giving out his real name, but whatever. But I go, wait. You're going to a convention? Yeah, with Charlie and Colby. Colby, by the way, has been doing very well in his life as an actor.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
just remembered my con story. Sorry, finish yours.
when he gets super famous, I'll bring him up. But I go,
Nice.
wait a minute, you guys are going to a convention? Yeah. I'm like, what convention? Louisiana. I was like, how come I wasn't invited? Because I remember them briefly bringing this up when we were watching Scott Pilgrim together about a month or two ago. And he goes, hold on a second, I'll ask. Hey Charlie, how come you didn't tell Darkscream? And he goes, oh, I guess I forgot. He said he forgot. I'm like, and where was this convention? What's this convention called? Louisiana. So what I did was I ordered my sandwich, ate it as fast as I fucking could, and then I ran all the way to the conference center to look up the website to see how much it costs to get a ticket there. Then I went to the ATM, which is right next to the conference center conveniently, withdrew some fucking money, ran to my car, and I just drove there with fucking anger getting to that convention. I'm just like, God damn it, Napa! And I show up at the convention not knowing anything about it. So it's like, okay, where's the place to buy a ticket? They're right there. Okay, I'll just get in line, buy a ticket for Saturday only, blah, blah, blah. Pick it up, look it up. Oh, Monica Rial's there. Holy shit, Scott McNeil's there. I got nothing for them to autograph, but I fucking love Monica Rial. But anyways, and then I encountered my friend. I told him, man, you're a real fucking cunt, by the way. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. But anyways, a couple hours later, I just remember taking a piss. I come out of the bathroom. Some dude in a fucking fox fursuit comes up and hugs me for no reason. And that's the story of me being hugged by a furry.
Okay, so my story. I was sharing a room with so it was a weird double room. It was a kind of a situation where my cousin and a lot of our friends like all shared a room together, and a lot of these people I'm still friends with today. Like a lot of them are super nice, but like the general people that roomed on my cousin's side, I didn't really know that well, and one of them decided to have an emotional breakdown at con. Now, important part of the story is that we were in a hotel that was off site, and so we had to kind of drive to the con every day. And like night two, this person decided to like write in lipstick like threatening messages to herself on the mirror, and then say, "Somebody in this room's out to get me. I don't think I trust anybody in this room." And we all just kind of brushed it off, like, okay, what the fuck is going on? This is nothing. This is stupid. And then on the final night, my car keys went missing,
Oh boy.
and it turns out she decided to have a panic attack and throw my keys into a brush line somewhere that we could never find, and then
Ugh.
left early. And I had to leave my car there for like a week. So, and then get new car keys made, get my other cousin to drive me back to the convention center and to get my car.
I'm surprised it didn't get towed during that
It was
week.
in the spot. I told the people there, I was like, hey, it was in the parking structure.
Okay.
So it was like, hey, my car's stuck here. I don't have my keys. Just don't tow this thing. And I got to park there for free for like a week.
All right.
But that is a con that is now defunct, whose name I shall not mention. Shudokan.
All right. So Figgy DS asks, "What are you guys' manga series?" I guess she's saying, "What's your manga series or whatever?"
Oh,
He got into the.
Medaka Box, plus sized elf. I need to finish Shonen Shoujo.
Okay,
Oh,
I would read plus size elf if it wasn't for the fact that you shouldn't be plus sized.
they're just thick.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind begging a chubby elf. I'm just saying.
That's kind of the joke. Is like, hey, get fit, but also the thickness though.
What are you guys' manga series? My manga series is basically Genshiken, which, I plan to make a video of soon. And then there's Negima, which is an anime I didn't expect to be fucking good. I well, the original anime was kind of shit, which will lead into one to my favorite YouTuber question. The second anime that was made by Shaft deviates from the source material further, but I still love it a lot because it's basically Negima meets Monogatari or Pane Pony Dash. It's Studio Chef, Akiyubi Shimbo. You know his style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just put that with a Negima skin, and that's why I love this so much, because I believe
All the necks breaking.
because it is it was the first Shimbo directed anime I've ever seen, and I fell in love with that style almost immediately. I love that weird abstract style that he
When we're
makes.
done with this topic, I need to answer Chibi Skitty's question because I love it.
All right, we'll get to Chibi Skitty, but Vicky
Yeah.
asks, "What is also your favorite anime YouTuber?" I actually hate a lot of anime YouTubers,
Same
or
here.
they're not that interesting, but I will plug some channels I do like, and Matt Wheaton did mention one of them, even though he hasn't made content in like a year now. Mercury Falcon's content is really fucking good. I would also recommend the Self-Hating Weeb. I've plugged him in
Huh.
my yeah, I plugged him in
I like
my
him already.
yeah, I know. The reason why I love him so much is because he does a couple of videos on Negima. He has a series called RTFM, which is an abbreviated term for Read the Effing Manga. He has done it for that as well as My Monster Secret.
I love that series so much.
He says, yeah, man, it was like all right, but the manga is way fucking better.
The faces are so good.
But he's the only dude who loves who I see who makes content on this channel that loves Negima as much as I do, and he did like a 2-part video talking about. Part 1 is basically the anime, but part 2 is about the manga. It's like, here's why the manga will fucking punch your fucking scrot in because of how amazing it is. So the self-hating weeb, he has a smaller sub count than me. I tried to promote him in my UQ holder video back in Christmas of 2018. Those are the two guys I recommend. I don't know if Mercury Falcon will make any more videos. I hope he does because his content is really good. It would.
Yeah.
I mean, I would understand if he would just stop making videos, but it's a shame to see people like him disappear. But assholes like Digibro Mother's Basement still roam around this fucking
Yeah,
website.
I don't like.
I don't fucking like
I
those.
followed Mother's Basement, then I realized like, oh, I can get Mother's Basement's videos entirely from the title, and I don't have to watch a 40-minute
But
video.
apparently, I have Matt Wheaton's sympathies by being hugged by a furry. Which, by the way, my story just didn't have a proper segue. It's like, yeah,
No,
so I almost
no, it's
went
hugged
to.
by a furry.
There was a convention I almost didn't go to, but I went to anyways, and I got hugged by a furry. Now, oh yeah,
I mean,
that was also the convention when I first met Windsor. That's also a pretty funny story in itself. But Anyways, Oniraya's cart.
I
Is it
I
hard
mean,
to
I
be
dated a girl for 2 years. We met at a convention, then we broke up at a convention.
hot? Anyways,
Oh,
is
actually, sorry, I didn't answer my favorite YouTuber. So I don't really watch a lot of anime YouTubers, but I'll say my favorites are like I will say I love when Super Eye Patch Wolf talks about manga and anime, and honestly, the best one by far is Demolition D. Even if he hasn't put out a video directly like talking about anime in
all right.
forever.
Demolition D is pretty good. He makes me giggle, even if I don't agree with him all the time. Super Eye Patch Wolf, I can understand why people like him a lot. But
But yeah, I
my
remember you said
God,
it sounds like he's gonna cry every second.
exactly, man. It's just he gets super unnecessarily emotional at times. I'm like, man, just
I
dial it back a little bit,
Honestly, I
and I
think the
would like
worst
you.
anime. So there's one I actually want to follow. I remember she went by Disturbed Jeans for a little bit, but she was the only person I liked on Podtaku because Glass Reflections was awful. Digibro, wait, is he on Podtaku? Fuck, who cares? Digibro was on Podtaku. I'm saying it now, and that was awful.
All right. Let's see. Uh,
Um,
let's see. Oh,
Semi-competitive English dub Hawaii
is it
broadcast. Oh
hard?
man.
All right. Only I ask: is it hard to be semi-competitive for video games and card games, but leaning more for the to the casual side of things?
On okay, so there's a even though I'm not a fan of his content and I'm still subscribed, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber named Dzif who talks about generally says that if you play casually, everything is viable. Like you can do whatever you want. So casual's definitely the way to go if you want to play for fun. And then competitive just kind of turns into everyone has the same four decks or the same four loadouts or plays a top tier, and that's kind of rough.
All right.
But you can sometimes get rogue strategies going, and I love when rogue strategies do well.
All right. Chibi Skitty's question: did you had a moment where the game you started you playing started glitching? Um, One early memory came to mind was I played the game X-Men Legends, which disclaimer, I fucking love that game, but for whatever reason, I was progressing through the game like normal and then I fell through the fucking floor. I don't know
Yep.
why I did that. It never happened again afterwards, and I played that game a whole bunch of times, but it was weird. I was like, oh, this sucks. Well, reload last save. And that is my glitch. There are a bunch of weird glitch stories, but I'll just bring
Yeah.
up X-Men Legends as an
So,
example.
um, I have two actually. So my least favorite glitch ever was to this day, I will say that Red Dead Redemption is a shitty game because
Oof.
when I played Red Dead Redemption, every turn I took would make me fall out of world and get stuck and have to reload my previous save. The game hated the way I was playing it.
Oof, man, that is
It was like I don't know what it was. It was just like the quest I was on. Every time I tried to do a side quest, it would stop me. Then when I did the main quest, it was like going really badly and like not loading properly, and it was just a mess. Maybe it was because my Xbox was offline when I played it because I was playing it on Xbox 360.
I mean, I played
But
that game on Xbox 362. Never happened. This is the
yeah, but mine was
edgiest take I've
offline,
ever
so it probably
heard.
didn't have the right like patch downloaded or something like that. But it
Maybe.
was a glitchy mess that was unplayable for the majority of the time, and I just gave up on Red Dead Redemption as a series because of that.
All right.
And also, I'm not really a big fan of Rockstar, but that's beside the point.
Okay,
My
I do like
favorite,
GTA 5, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is not a terrible game, but it's very slow paced.
yeah, but my favorite memory glitch, my favorite like memory of a glitch was when me and again that friend I was talking about who I've known since kindergarten, probably earlier than that actually, yeah, his my mom and his mom are best friends. So we were playing WrestleMania 2000 on the Nintendo 64,
Ah.
and it was this moment where I would always play as Kane. Kane has been my favorite wrestler for years, and I was playing as Kane. We're watching his intro as he comes out. We move weird, and the desk his Nintendo is sitting on kind of gets nudged, and the cartridge comes out slightly and does the crooked cartridge glitch. Where if you remember from the Gidan meme, like from GoldenEye, that if you if you make your cartridge crooked on the N64, it makes all the models just spin nonstop and the audio glitch out. So Kane's intro, if you know, is like dun no 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 no. In that case, it was and Kane just levitated and his model started flipping around like crazy. And then the game like corrected itself and he started walking normally and it just came out like and we laughed for like a half hour straight. It was beautiful.
That was amazing. All right.
It was my favorite glitch ever, and I think I want to text him about it right now.
Okay, so Matt Wheaton asked, "What anime do you watch in your anime club?" So, when it came to the first anime club I went to, which is a city club, that I go to, I think it's just whatever they had available at the time and just popped on DVD, whatever. So, we watched Here's Greenwood. We watched Battle Athletes Victory. I can't remember the rest of the shows. But when it came to my college anime club, which has been the focus of my story, nobody wants to watch anything new or interesting or take risks.
Oh, I hate that so much. I
As a
love taking risks.
result, everyone wanted to pick Outlaw Star. Now, I love Outlaw Star, don't get me
It's
fucking
good, but
wrong.
it's not risky.
Exactly. But here's the kicker, though, and I think I ruined anime for Mitsuhide because of this. We tried to push for different shows and whatever. One of the shows was Nirma Daikon Brothers.
That show's amazing.
Really? Because I'm going to have to fucking disagree with you, homie.
Oh, I loved it. I like anything that Nabishin directs. I'm sorry. I'm very
So that
biased.
includes Gravitation and Tenchi GXP?
Never seen it, but sure. I'm drunk.
Fuck you, man. I'm drunk, but I have my
Fuck me
senses.
yourself, you coward.
No, you a coward, bitch ass. You want to fight, bro? Do you want to know what I did to Big Al and Smash? It's pretty embarrassing for him.
Oh, I gotta hear this one.
I'll tell that story eventually. Now I got there, but I don't know. Near my Daikon Bros, all I remember is that Daikon Rash looks like a fucking big penis, so we'll make a bunch of phallic jokes and musical numbers. I didn't care much for that show, but I just
I just
remember.
remember the Dom Perignon jokes.
I just remember like there's just a whole bunch of anime that they air like on Host Club, and I'm like, I don't care for that show because I'm not a chick. I'm sorry, I don't care for it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I messaged my friend who I remember playing WrestleMania with, and I just remembered he's a lawyer, and I'm like, oh god, where did my life go wrong? This dude's a lawyer, and we like grew up together and had the same childhood. What happened?
I'm not willing to share a very similar story on my end just yet. But back to the anime club watching anime. I just there wasn't a whole. I was trying to be the guy to push other shows
Yeah.
because I'm the one with the fucking DVD collection. So I would just come with a stack of DVDs, put it on the table. It's like, okay, take your pick. What do you want to watch? And then we just watch it. I did my first year at the anime club. I did get Genshiken, and we watched a shitload of Genshiken.
Yeah. I had a show about an anime club. It's perfect.
Exactly. That's why I love it so much. But I don't know. And then over the years, like the rules change where people would just pick a name out of a hat, and then they get to pick a show that's available in front of them. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Honestly, random would probably be the best way to go.
yeah. Well, true. But that's when people started to lose interest, and my friends dropped out of that club, even though I stuck along. But
I remember the anime club that I was a part of was part of a library like youth program, and then they started getting mad that like too many college-aged people were there, so they banned everyone who was over 18, and it was kind of weird.
that is so stupid.
Yeah.
Because people who are over 18 actually are sophisticated, smart people who know what fucking. Okay, I can put this just drink away. I'm
We
finished
watched
drinking.
one of the Conan the Case Closed movies.
All right. Oh yeah, one anime that during movie night, it was a toss up between Final Fantasy VII Advent Children,
Fuck.
boo, or a movie I brought to the fucking club, Lupin the Third, Castle of Cagliostro.
The best Ghibli movie.
Fortunately, because of luck was on my side via coin toss, we watched Castle Cagliostro. So I was
Good
actually
movie.
able to show the anime club some fucking taste. Yeah, I know people are hardcore Lupin fans. Probably didn't like the toned down characterization of Lupin's lewdness or whatever. But it's still a fantastic movie. And the version I showed was the Genion dub where Solid Snake voices Lupin. Yeah, David Hayter voiced Lupin,
Nice.
and he was actually pretty good at it.
So, kind of a nice thing, like, I don't know, putting a happy cap on one of my stories. So, that girl that I said I dated for like 2 years and then we broke up at a con. So, we're still really good friends. And she just messaged me like something she knew I'd love. So, I like, shout out to being friends with your exes. It's great.
Nice. Oh yeah, Matt. We remind me the Smash Bros. Story. You want me to tell it?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Love
so
Smash.
I booted Smash Ultimate in, and I asked, "Hey, you want to play Cheerleading Smash? Do one-on-one online matches?" And he said, "Cool, but I can't fucking voice chat." So I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Which is weird, because I don't know. It's not that hard to get a fucking microphone, get your damn Switch, which is a handheld, by the way. It's not console. Fuck you, and then boot that shit up. But we did some one-on-one matches, and I beat his ass all the time because if you do the math, the numbers don't lie. They spell disaster for Al at sacrifice. I mean, he just 0% chance. Do the math. Um, Anyways, one particular match, I was playing the Inkling from Splatoon.
Best character.
He was playing Princess Peach, and we were fighting on Yoshi's Island 64 and regular, not the Omega or Battlefield variants, just the traditional stage. And here's the thing, I was actually doing terrible as the Inkling. Um, he was kicking my ass a little bit, but I was able to get back at him. So we were both down to our last lives, but I think I had more damage. I'm sorry, this part gets great. Al goes for an upbeat umbrella attack, and he accidentally drifts too far to the left, and he ends up slowly drifting to the fucking kill zone of the stage. He ends up accidentally throwing the fight to me. Even though we weren't in voice chat, Al was typing in Facebook, "Wait, no,
Oh shit! No.
fuck." The only time he could have beaten me, and he screwed up big time.
So I unfriended someone for talking shit about Inkling one time.
Wow. What were they saying?
Honestly, it was a long time coming, but it was a thing where they were going like, K. Rool is the only good character they added to Smash. It's like the only one that's actually viable to play. And then I was going like, "What are you talking about? Inkling is great." It's like, "No, Inkling sucks. It doesn't work with my playstyle." And I'm like, "Why is Inkling S tier in all competitive mode?" This was like when the game first came out. It's like, "Well, whatever. No, I play more than any competitive player. They just abused mechanics forever. I'm a real gamer." And I just got pissed off at them and unfriended them because that
Yeah,
was the last straw.
I'm a real gamer. I'm too busy not having sex to play video games.
I'm a real gamer. I'm better than competitive people who devote way more time to this game than I do.
Man, that ticks me off. Go back to talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. I need to use the bathroom again.
Just scrub. Oh, no, don't do this to me. I will talk about Yu Gi Oh! For way too long because I played Duel Links. Why can't you be like me? I went to the bathroom and took my laptop with me. Nobody could tell though. Now they can. But yep, yep, poor Al getting ruined by Inkling, the best character. Oh yeah, anime club I didn't really go to very much. I remember there was an anime club I did at a church for a little bit, and we mostly just played video games and stuff, and then it ended because someone did like a spin kick and broke a window, and then we got banned from that church. But it was basically just like a weird weird like young adult sex club at that point. It was a very unusual anime club. But yeah, I'm down to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Is it on? Is there anything streaming it? Because I will check and see if anything is streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Because I will start watching it tonight. I'm drunk enough for this right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX stream. I think it's on Amazon Prime, which I have because I want to give my soul to Jeff Bezos. Apparently. Okay, Tubi, Hulu. Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. Cool. Okay, I can totally watch all of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Maybe I should watch. Oh shit, there's 3 seasons. Never mind. How many episodes are there? Why is it started season 3? What the fuck? Okay, there's season 1. Let me see if I can watch. I can watch Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. How many episodes are there? Season 3, 51. Oh my god. Um. Okay, there's like 150 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX because all the seasons are broken up into entire years.
Alright, I am so back.
Yeah. See, why don't you just be like me and take your computer into the bathroom and just know that it doesn't pick up on the microphone?
That seems too risky considering my hammered state, and I don't want to accidentally drop this thing and have to pay another $500 to get
God,
both.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just, nah. I mean, if we were voice chatting on the Switch, wherever, there was like a feature where I could stream using Switch.
If Switch had good voice chat.
Yeah, I know. Then I would just bring it there and just pee, and then you
God,
would have to fucking hear it.
Does anybody use that? Because if I remember correctly, they're like,
No.
just use Discord.
Okay, yeah, here's the thing. Mangus, I would play some games on the Switch with my friend Mangus.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay, let's just talk on Discord or Google Hangouts. It's like, why not use the Switch thing? It's like, because that thing is bullshit.
Because you have to like connect your phone to it and get like 3 peripherals, and it's fucked up.
It's stupid. Like, just use Discord or the fucking Google Hangouts or Skype.
How much is Son of Ifrit? How much is the Tubi version? I'd never really heard of Tubi. Let's see.
I think I remember saying Tubi somewhere. Oh man. Please.
You know what? I think tonight.
Oh yeah, Tubi. Yeah, Tom was talking about this. It's a new streaming service. Apparently, Super Sentai shows are on there.
Oh, cool! They have the original series of Yu-Gi-Oh on Amazon Prime too.
Is it the subtitled one?
I think. Oh yeah, it's subtitles. Holy shit!
Yeah, don't give me that bullshit. I just want to see.
Oh, video currently unavailable. Fuck you.
Eat shit and die, homie.
Fuck you, Jeff. I'm gonna go to Jeff Bezos' house and tie him up and demand all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Series 1 come back to Amazon Prime.
Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which leads into a bridge series, which leads into a thing I thought I was going to have to open with, but since we have such good chemistry together, let's just talk about this anyway, since nobody's asking questions yet.
Yeah, might as well.
So Team 4-Star came out and said, we're not going to do DBZ Bridge anymore. It's canceled.
So, hey, prepare for me to be, to be an asshole. Really? I never liked Team 4-Star.
Oh, okay. It's that kind of asshole. You fucking edgy motherfucker. Because I feel the opposite. I love Team 4-Star's content. I fucking love DBZ Abridged. I've seen some bits and pieces of Final Fantasy VII Abridged. I've even seen Amphys's JoJo Abridged, even though I'm pretty sure that's not part of Team 4-Star. But
yeah, that's just his own little personal project. I don't even like that one much either. There's only two abridged like makers I like.
Name them.
That is Runaway Tourist and Excalibur.
Oh wow, I was expecting Big Al's fucking Fist of North Star Bridge. I guess you have
Hey,
some.
that's bias. I'm one of the voices on that.
I know, but I
Yeah.
would have accepted that as an answer because
No,
I would have.
no, I don't like being on that series. I'd rather be part of Runaway Tourists thing. I gave him money on Patreon a little bit, like a while ago, and he never got back to me, and I'm
I
kind of
want.
salty about that. But
I want to do.
honestly, he was robbed that week, so I don't blame him.
I want to do more voiceover work for Fist of the North Star Bridge if Al is still up for it.
I would love to hop back on that. I want to try more dumb voices. I remember I auditioned for Papa Fang as well as fuck, I forgot who I voiced. Komoda, Kadama,
But there's a,
whatever, one of the furry guys. But I remember I auditioned for Fang and he didn't like my voice, so he voiced Fang himself.
here's the thing. I actually respect their decision to end DBZ Bridge because
It's fine. End it before it becomes shit.
well, yeah, yeah, exactly. Because I
They
can
didn't care about the Boo saga.
I can definitely feel the burnout since it took them like 6 years to do season 3. And B, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Boo saga either. It's still my least favorite arc in all of Dragon Ball, dude. Boo is
It
such a
sucks to hit
shit.
a point you don't like. Like,
Boo
that's what happens sometimes.
Boo's a shitty
Problem with the
villain.
bridging.
Gohan sucks.
Goku's bad.
Goku's yeah, Goku's bad.
Dragon Ball Z is awful. They should have stopped at Dragon Ball.
Okay, now you're just being you at this point. Um,
I like that I'm being me.
like, because you always do that all the time. It's like,
I do. It's great. I love it.
do you really think this way, or
I have a high sodium diet.
I don't know if that's good for you.
Whatever. I'll eat beef jerky every day. Fuck off.
Beef jerky is fucking amazing.
It is.
All right. Anyways, fill some of these guys before Team Source, so I'm gonna keep. But yeah, I respect their decision to end DBZ Bridge so
Yeah,
they can make
I do
other better
too.
projects. Because
I don't understand people telling them that they're like bad for doing so. It's their decision.
I haven't seen those people saying that, but if they do exist, which they probably
I've seen
do,
people being upset by it.
well, they.
And it's like, no,
I'm
respect it.
sorry, dude. Like, I don't want them to turn into the nostalgia critic.
Oof.
There's a fucking good example. Nostalgia
Yeah.
Critic wanted to end his shit in 2012, and then he tried demo reel, but it turns
And people
out
hated it.
people hated it because he's a fucking hack fraud who can't make good videos to help the shit. You know, if this was James Rolfe, if he said I'm gonna give up the nerd and do other projects, I have a feeling James Rolfe will have a
I'd
better.
be down with that probably.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure James Rolfe will be better off. He wouldn't have to depend on the nerd, which I'm kind of disappointed that he keeps doing it. Although occasionally he will pump out a good video like the Chex Quest stuff, but
I love that video. I love Chex Quest.
but he would still pump out a shitty video like the fucking Upper Decker Aladdin thingy or whatever. But to me, he's like a mixed bag currently.
Yeah.
But,
Honestly, I respect James like a lot more.
But fucking Doug Walker in the Nostalgia Gang is like, man, you were just sad because you lost a lot of money because fucking demo reel was dog shit. You couldn't fucking.
Well, also, you tried to murder your entire website with your stupid finale. Like, the fact that you're going, like, the age of critics is over in front of a bunch of people who are critics. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I wouldn't call them critics. I would also call them hack frauds because
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Look at because what they're doing is not criticism. What they're doing is summarizing a plot and then making shitty jokes in between bits.
Just like he did.
Yeah.
Then again, that was kind of the weird thing is that he tried to make
That's
everyone a
why
copy
I
of him.
fucking hate Bennett the Sage. I know a lot of people say, well, Bennett the Sage is good. No, he fucking isn't. You know what? Here's another YouTuber I would recommend. Studio Chojin. He did 2 videos on Bennett the Sage. I can hear myself in the background, by the way, on your video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He did 2 videos on Bennett the Sage. His fucking Grave of the Fireflies review and his Akira review. He fucking logically decimates him in those videos. He destroys his points hard. And you know what? The fucking idea of the style of that review is so fucking passe and so boring. I'd rather just have something a little more analytical or people who are just being a little more honest. That's why I still watch Red Letter Media, because it's like two people
I
talking.
love Red Letter
Yeah,
Media.
it's two people talking about, Rich, Star Trek. And Rich is like, Star Trek. And I'm like, that shit's entertaining. I'll put that in the background while I play some Monster Hunter or something.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great, but this whole fucking gimmick of them being critical reviews, it's some bullshit. Fucking hate. I don't even know why.
I like Half in the Bag.
I do like having a bag, but I don't even know why I fucking love these people in the first place. Maybe it's because in my 20s I did in fact have shit taste, but man, fuck them. Fuck Spoonie. Fuck everyone on that site. And
Spoonie was never good, and I will stand by that. I have no idea why people want him to return to form. His form was awful.
hate to agree. I hate to say this, but I may have to agree with you. Although,
Oh shit, that's what. Oh no, you're wrong now. Don't agree with me.
although I will say this much, I did like his old vlog when he was talking about TNA before they were doing the whole Monday Night Wars thing. I still quote that from time to time. I still make quotes like, "We're back from commercial, and guess what we're doing? We're still talking," and shit like that. But that's like the only thing. That's like the only fond memories I have of Spoonie. But him coming back, I don't want to even see him come back. And even if he did, there's no redemption arc for him. He scammed his fucking gullible fans tens of thousands of dollars of money. Nothing he could do make that shit up.
Yo, you know what? Speaking of that guy with the glasses, I feel like I should probably subscribe to Still Gaming. He was like one of my favorite shows back when like Doug Walker was like running Channel Awesome and like actually had a lot of reviewers.
Yeah,
I guess he's still making YouTube videos and he's doing pretty damn well for himself. His most recent video got 19,000 views.
That's crazy because I haven't heard from him in years, and I do like Still Gaming because
Still Gaming was great. Yeah, apparently he's making videos pretty consistently. I think there was a point last year where I like go, "Hey, what's Still Gaming up to?" I'm like, "Oh shit, he put out a video yesterday."
Yeah, he does just basic game reviews, but the one joke I love is his fucking Wendy Lee counter. You remember that shit? Because
I think I do.
Because Wendy Lee will voice almost anything, anywhere. And nothing against her. She's a great voice actress, and if she could take whatever work she can get, she'd get it. And I do love some of the performances, and I bet she has a lot of fun voicing Miu Iruma on Danganronpa V3.
I need to play that.
Oh my god, that character is fucking amazing. Who cares what other people say, man? She is great.
All I know is about the only character I know about is the big titty one.
Which one's the big titty one? Because
the one with the steampunk goggles, who's like a genius and like
that's
creaming
her.
herself nonstop.
That's who I'm talking about. Miu Iruma. That's her.
I don't like that name. That doesn't roll off the tongue well.
No, it doesn't. But it's a character voiced by Wendy Lee, and if I had that voice acting role, I would be proud to say that because she says like some of the most lewdest, disgusting, no holds barred shit ever.
If I make a character, I'm gonna name them Clitoris because I like the way it rolls off the tongue.
No, Constable Clitoris and I have reviewed your fucking candy factory. Monty Python's Flying Circus. Anyways, let's see if anyone asks questions, because...
Call the cops, Wendy Lee better than Amanda Winley. Facts. I don't know. Amanda Winley gets high as balls all the time, and that's like the defense I use constantly for Amanda Winley.
I talked about Amanda Winley.
I remember.
I didn't like her, and
I have no opinion on her whatsoever, except for the fact that she loves weed.
I just, I would have liked her if she wasn't such an asshole in real life. Like I like her.
I don't really know about those examples.
I like her as Yukiko. I'll give you some examples. I like her as Yukiko.
I love Yukiko.
I like her as Devil Hunter Yoko. I like her as Rally Cheyenne. But just as a person, she just shows some fucking professionalism, you bitch. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Doesn't Wendy Lee do a bunch of like songs on her channel? I remember for a while I was listening to a bunch of like.
I don't know if she had a YouTube channel, and if she did, I ain't subbing.
Wendy Lee?
Yeah. Oh, Amanda Winley.
No, I was saying Wendy Lee. I remember she did an English version of the Nichijou opening, and I'm like, yo, I'm all about this.
Yeah. I guess. I didn't know she could sing. I just know her like she's been voicing characters in my childhood since Scorpina from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's been in the business for a long ass time, man.
Ifrit suggested we should go on Fiverr and lend our voices out for just
Okay,
dumb
son of
bullshit. I'd be
Ifrit,
down.
I'm gonna be
I could
on
play a
it.
shonen protagonist and
Hold
whatever
on.
the
I
fuck I
did
sound
I
like.
did I can answer that question. The answer is yes. I did try to lend my voice out to Fiverr because it was something Lance recommended. And I haven't gotten any real bites from it. In fact, there are a lot of weird Chinese scam fucking accounts there that try to get me. And it ticks me off. The closest thing I got was somebody asking me to do a Cajun voice because I live in Louisiana and I advertise myself as a Louisiana person. And I probably should tone down. I should probably tone that shit down because yes, I'm from Louisiana. I am proud to be a Louisiana citizen. That being said, I am not your stereotypical Cajun crawfish, crawdan, Cajun boy. Okay, I grew up.
Oh,
I grew up because my I live in Louisiana and I act the way I am because my parents are originally from Jersey. I have more in relation to Kevin Smith than I do with any local Louisiana native there. So yeah, I love Kevin Smith's fucking filmography for the most part, okay?
dude, I just got really, really sad, like legitimately. So back when I was in like my first year of college,
It's okay. I got
I
just as sad because I want to be a voice actor.
uh,
I really do.
yeah, yeah. So like for example, I was a like thing was I was gonna be part of an abridged series for a little bit, and it
Uh-huh.
just never got off the ground. Like the guy was animating like a bit of it. We were gonna do a Soul Eater abridged, and I was
Uh-huh.
gonna play Black Star because I was thinking like, oh yeah, that's where I did my shonen voice the best. And I looked at his channel, like, yeah, I haven't talked to that guy in forever because the bridge series fell through because like half like one of the main voice actors like got deployed to Iraq.
Uh-huh. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, like he got deployed to Iraq and his sister was voicing Maka in Soul Eater, another main character. And like as a result, we couldn't continue because we had the dialogue for the first episode, but nothing else. And I looked at the dude's channel and he deleted all of his old videos, and I'm like actually really sad now.
Okay, could be worse. It's like, oh, I haven't heard from him since, and you made me think.
And
I
I
thought
haven't heard
this.
from him since, and he's dead. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
a problem too. But
I was expecting the story of yeah he died in Iraq. I'm like okay you subverted my
may,
expectations like the
maybe
miss
the voice actor died in Iraq. I don't know. He might have.
you subverted my expectations like the misunderstood genius you are. But there's this one voice acting gig I was doing for like years now. It was some mods for some Warhammer RTS game on PC or whatever, and I've done like seven. I've voiced like seven characters. I'm not gonna drop this dude's name out of respect for him, but I all I ask all I ask is I want to see one of these characters like actually be completed and appear on the mod database or wherever. So that way either he can either make a video for me or I can try out the thing myself. I'll fucking pay. I'm not a Warhammer aficionado. I have like two friends that are, but yeah, one of my friends introduced me if what's his name had text to speech. Um so that way I could just create a clip show of my own as a little mini demo reel so I can advertise it on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter just to show off the fruit of my labors of being a voice actor and shit because that's all I want because you know it's such a pain in the ass thing to do. You know, I had a voice acting coach. Oh my god, I'm sharing more personal shit than I should have, especially on this
That happens,
channel.
man. Go for it.
Well, I had a voice
I mean,
acting
I'm reading over
coach.
this guy's YouTube channel and getting
I
really sad right now. So,
I have a fucking demo reel that I made 8 years ago, produced and everything, advertised. You know, I'll do any kind of voice work and just show it off. So that
Yeah.
way, maybe, who knows,
I
maybe
mean,
people
hell,
hear
you
me
can
as.
become a voice actor. It's easy. Look at the people who are famous. They suck.
Here's the. Yeah, that's kind of one of my fucking aspirations. It's why I went to. Well, it's not why I went to college. I went to college because I wanted to be a game developer, but,
Fucking same.
but calculus fucked me over. So I was like, I like acting and I like doing stage and theater, so I'll just do
I
that. So,
graduated with a computer science degree with a focus on game design, and I do web security now. It's hell. I
well,
like my job, but it's like I can't help but feel I'm like disappointed myself.
like I said, man, I'm so worse off. I don't even want to share that moment with you. But like
Okay.
after I didn't do I dropped out computer science, went to theater. Best years of my life right there. Graduated debt free at least. Um,
That's good.
but when I told the theater major, oh yeah, I want to do this because I actually care more about voice acting than anything else. Everyone else was like fucking
Thank you,
caught.
Bill.
They were caught off fucking guard from it because people probably want to do stage acting or. But I have a bias for animation shit, so that's
It's
why.
great.
That's why I think highly of actors like Jim Cummings and Frank Welker over the
Oh, he
likes
did such a good job. Like that's the
over
thing where it's like you don't recognize them because they make otherworldly noises and don't sound like people. It's great.
yeah, but I look up to them more than I look up to the likes of fucking Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks and shit.
My face has to be Tom. My face has to be in every movie. Cruise.
Yeah, pretty much. But Jim Cummings, man, you could be Darkwing Duck. He could be a character in Skyrim, whatever, man. He's awesome. Um, so those were my inspirations. But yeah,
Wait, okay. I'm
shit
kind of
got
curious
too
about
real.
my cousin and I. Yeah, cousin. Yeah, we're going to do an abridged series of Hamtaro, but going to avoid. Yeah, voice one of the main hamsters, but I have a high back down. But I have high back down that project.
I have high. I think she's talking via on the phone, and probably one of her texts
I don't know.
autocorrected, so she's probably gonna fix
Yeah,
that.
but my thing is, I was gonna voice Black Star in a Soul Eater abridged, and like I said, we couldn't do like double takes of the lines because our soul went to Iraq, and then we couldn't get a hold of our Maka, so we tried to put together a Higurashi abridged, and we wrote the scripts, but we never got like any dialogue recorded, and then we just stopped talking to each other.
Damn, that
And it was
sucks.
really
Cause
sad because I liked the script we had of
and
like
I'm
both of those
I'm a
series. They were
huge fan of Higurashi, man. I watch the anime. I read the manga, which is way fucking better. I'm looking forward to the new Higurashi series that's gonna have character designs by the Monogatari guy.
yeah.
Speaking of
Looks
the
exciting. And it's animated by the studio that's doing
is it,
interspecies reviewers.
speaking of Monogatari, have you played Akiba's Trip?
Yes, actually. What's
That
that have to do with Monogatari or
the
Higurashi?
the artists of Monogatari did the character designs for that game.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's just a
Oh,
really fun game. It's more fun to stream because the audience can actually fuck with your game.
guess who I voiced in Higurashi abridged?
Okay, is it Keiichi?
Nope.
Is it Satoshi?
No.
Is
It
it?
was Satoko and the detective.
Oh my god, what is your Satoko voice? I hate to ask.
It was just like this. Because she was a trap. Get it? She sets traps.
That sounds
It
stupid,
was
but okay.
stupid.
But no, Tony Oliver wasn't there. I'm pretty sure Tony Oliver is probably in LA somewhere. Your
Actually, that
voice
wasn't deep enough. I did it more like
your
this.
voice is not generic enough to be a voice actor. Well, I probably can't
I
voice
saw
I
that.
probably can't voice like lead roles because of my sexy black boy voice, but yeah, here's the thing, man. Most people didn't even know I was white until I showed myself on camera. It's like you sounded black over even okay,
Okay,
when I first heard my voice over a recording, I was like, wait, that's me? I sound like
it's weird.
I sound black.
Oh, I have the opposite. My voice is way higher than I thought it was.
All right. This is the most embarrassing story. I remember my cousin and I were going to do bridge series of Hamtaro was this? Okay. Sorry, I was texting fast.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I was
fixing my
talking about.
I was fixing my nephew's birthday cake. Oh, okay. Uh, but I have high back. Okay. Well,
Yeah, it was kind of written weird. I was a little confused.
Jello Apocalypse did a Hamtaro bridge. That shit was funny.
No, I remember there was another. Like, so here was actually the funny thing is that there was another Soul Eater abridged I was watching, and I was like talking shit about them in their comment section. They were like legitimately listening to me about it, which was kind of funny
Oh
because
my god.
their honestly their abridged series was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
I,
missed that year when everyone and their mother was doing an abridged series.
I don't know. I kind of hated that year because it a bridge series pretty much killed AMVs. And AM
God, oh,
I
I
know
miss AMV hell.
AMVs were amazing because they were a great way to advertise anime sometimes.
Yeah,
It's
they
how
were.
it's how Slayers got my fucking attention when I saw some Slayers AMVs. I was like, "Oh, this show looks fun. I'll give that a
Dude, I
chance."
got my hopes up a couple months ago because I'm still subscribed to the AMV Hell YouTube and I probably never will unsubscribe even though they're never going to make a video again. But like
Ditto.
a couple months ago, they published AMV Hell 1 on their YouTube channel and I got excited thinking there was more stuff in the future. There wasn't.
Oh man, he was never into AMVs. Kind of understandable because 90% of AMVs are either are an anime with
Linkin Park, Naruto.
yeah, it was Linkin Park Naruto. It was probably in piss poor quality, and the songs that we either pick were either crawling in my skin. If it's not Linkin Park, you know what the
No,
second
so
you know what
you
the
have
second
to
thing?
find
Hold
the
on, hold on,
channel best the like section best AMVs of all time. All I think it's like all one
hold
word.
on. I need to tell you. I need to ask you this question. It's a trivia question. If
Yeah.
it's not Linkin Park, what is the other song that plays in place of Linkin Park from a different band?
Oof, oof. I feel like I can get this. Lincoln
It's not.
Evanescence
Okay, it's not
in the end.
Evanescence. Nope.
No, wait. Why did I say Evanescence in the end? No, Evanescence.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not Evanescence. Different band. Different band.
yeah. Shit. I'm going crazy. I'm gonna go crazy now. I'll know it when you say it, but right now I'm drawing a blank.
The answer is, if it wasn't a Linkin Park song when it comes to generic AMVs, it would always be System of a Down's Chop Suey.
God damn it, you're right.
That's why I love that Mortal Kombat X trailer so much. Because it reminded me of that fucking time.
The times.
No, it's
Oh, I haven't thought about 3 Days Grace in years, Ifrit.
I only saw one AMV to three days grace, and that was a Higurashi AMV of Animal I've Become. But that was like shortly after the AMV craze when I was just entering college and I was getting into Higurashi.
So, the two best AMVs I've ever seen. There is one that is Madoka Magica set to a dubstep remix of Dayman.
Huh? You mean the Always Sunny in Philadelphia
Yeah,
song? Day
and it's
man,
the best. It's so good.
fighter of the night
The
man.
Nights, man. Blah, 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 blah. Ah!
I just
It's
recently saw that episode this week too.
I will send
I'm
that to
getting
you if I
into
can
always.
find it. It's so good. I think it's called The Night Magi Cometh.
I just got into Always Sunny too. That show is
Oh wow.
fucking
Okay,
great.
perfect. And the other one is there's a song called Common Accident that has like Scott Baio in it.
Uh huh.
That's about like it's about like having sex and then accidentally doing anal. And it's set to Evangelion and it's great.
Okay. Before I answer Kitty Pride's question, my favorite AMV would have to be to Azuma. It was an Azumagadayo AMV. And it was actually very well done, and it was to the song called "Let's Get Down," which I believe is a song you can find in the Dance Dance Revolution soundtrack.
That's awesome.
And
Azumanga Daioh was always great.
oh yeah, Azumagadayo was
I feel not enough people talk about that today.
Let's talk more about Azumanga Daioh after we answer Kitty Pryde's question. But
I agree.
the song "Let's Get Down" is actually like to the beat of celebration times. Come on, but it's like let's
Okay.
get down tonight. But it was a very well done, put together AMV. I'm like, wow, this perfectly advertises Azumanga Daioh to the nth degree. That was my
That's a
favorite
great
AMV.
show.
But Kitty Pride asks, actually, what is your favorite action cartoon superhero show? I'm just going to go for the generic answer and say Batman the Animated Series.
Batman Beyond.
You know what? That was going to be my second guess if I wanted to be a hipster because Batman Beyond is fucking amazing.
How did Batman Beyond turn out great? That is everything about it sounds like a horrible
Yeah, I
idea.
know, especially since you know why that show came to be, right?
I actually don't.
Because the exec said, hey, you know, Buffy the Vampire Slayers is becoming super popular.
Wow.
So, what if Batman was a high school student? Make that instead. So, they were forced to make a show based around that.
But they got clever about it. It's
Yeah,
like,
I know,
hey,
they said-
what if his successor was a high school student? It's so good.
They pretty much said they didn't say when it would take place, nor did they say Bruce Wayne.
They didn't say Bruce Wayne. They said Batman.
So, what if it takes place in the future with a
X-Men
new
Evolution
Batman?
was good.
Yeah, you know what? I have friends who shit on me for me liking X-Men Evolution. It's not as good as
They're full of shit.
It's not as good as the '90s cartoon. I will say that much. But
no, but it's great.
But
it's still good.
Dude, X-Men Evolution gave us X-23. You know,
Yeah.
X-23 originated from that series.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, she did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, X-Men Evolution. Scott McNeil was Wolverine. That's good enough as it is.
Good casting.
Okay.
I don't know. Does Samurai Jack count as an action cartoon?
In a way, I'm just glad Samurai Jack got the conclusion it deserved. But what the hell?
It did. It did.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't the best, it's at least it got a conclusion.
All right. Anyways, we want to talk about Azumanga Daioh.
Yeah, I'm down.
Azumanga Daioh was probably my favorite episode to watch when I was at my friend's place when he was torrenting anime. Here's the thing. People fucking loved Naruto when I was a fucking edgy teenager. And I tried.
But Azumanga Daioh was a better show.
Exactly. I was watching like 17 episodes of Naruto, getting bored, and I was like, man, this sucks. Let me go back to the anime about the high school girls just living their day-to-day lives. And for some reason, that show catches my interest more than the fucking anime about the ninjas doing fake ninja shit all the time. Well, then what does that tell you? Huh? I'll tell you.
Azumanga Daioh is a better show. It's great.
Azumanga Daioh is a work of genius. It's
so the saddest thing about Azumanga Daioh is that the writer of the manga hated it, and he said, "No, you're not allowed to make Yotsuba an anime."
Okay, I don't get why, because I also read the manga of Azumanga Daioh, and I enjoyed that too.
Yeah, they adapted it great.
Yeah,
what does he have to be mad about?
There's not that much difference. Like, Azumanga Daioh was a...
I have the omnibus. It's fucking huge.
I have the 4 volumes when they came out originally by ADV Manga, which they made some weird localization liberties. Like, for example, you know Osaka, right?
Yeah.
In the English dub, they made Osaka redneck of the anime.
Oh, yeah, because... that's a general thing that they would do is that Osaka is like the Texas of Japan.
But the manga, Osaka has a Brooklyn accent.
That's way better.
But whatever, man. I don't get why he's getting all upset about it. They were adapting from a 4-panel manga. And by the way, I've read a little bit of Yotsuba and Yotsuba is actually just a straight up traditional manga. It's not 4-panel.
Yeah.
I don't get why it's so difficult to adapt that shit. You know, he
just doesn't like anime.
Yeah.
He's like, no, the drawing on the page is superior.
I'm telling you, man, just give him a few more years. Give him a few more years and a few more
Wait until he dies, and then we can just animate whatever he wants against his will.
What I mean is give it a few more years and a few more sacks of money on his crotch. And we're going to see an adaptation of Yotsuba Ann. Trust me. people who have these fucking personal beliefs,
4chan is gonna lose their goddamn minds.
people who have those personal beliefs will go against it pretty quickly, man. You know, Capcom says there's not going to be another Street Fighter update after Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Ultra Street Fighter
Oh,
4
but
came
money.
out. Yeah, I know, exactly. Oh, but money.
But money though.
Yeah. Speaking of AMVs, you wouldn't happen to know who that girl who I think Big Al recommended on a video one time who did one PC AMVs. I think her name was
Yes, that was her name.
I think
Stop.
I think I think Bill had one too many to drink too, dude. What a quickie dick.
Maybe.
Oh man.
Big anime knowledge everywhere. Okay, so that's the thing, is that when I was a teenager, my anime knowledge was so garbage, and now I'm one of those assholes who's like, yo, you haven't watched Katana Gatari? You're not a real anime fan.
Oh man, I was kind of elitist when I was in high school because I really just couldn't stand everyone else. Like, man, this boring Shonen Jump show is fantastic. And I'm like, man, I rub my.
Man, you haven't watched Death Note?
Oh, I didn't give a shit about Death Note at the time either.
I watched Death Note when I was an edgy high schooler, and if I watched it at any other point, I would have hated it.
I, the live action Netflix show. I think I saw that before that. Before I
God, that
saw
was
the
a
anime.
mess.
Yeah, that show sucked, and you didn't even.
Did you see your movie? Okay, so I had a great following of Your Movie Sucks because he went on the Pizza Party podcast and wouldn't shut up about the Death Note Netflix movie. And other people on the podcast were telling him to stop talking about the director so much and actually explain what he didn't like about the movie. Then he didn't. Then he went home and did a 3-hour retrospective on the Death Note movie.
Okay, I saw the 3-hour retrospective, but I didn't know it was caused because of the Pizza Party podcast.
No, he went on there and they kept telling him to shut up and get to the point, and he never did.
I have to see that now because that sounds
I'm gonna see if I can find it. I will send you a link.
But anyways, well, Death Note is Shonen Jump. You know that, right?
Sure is. Yeah, I know.
But I'm like, man, I rub my nuts all over your Shonen Jump shit. Watch Slayers, a real man's anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with action scenes, but that's most Shonen Jump nowadays. It's like people punch people for like 30 episodes, and that's boring. That eventually gets fucking boring. Anyways, oh yeah, I remember Azumanga Daioh. I still love that episode when one teacher's weird, telling their students about their sex ed. My cousin was big into Haruhi. I just hated and kept watching Azumanga Daioh.
I hated Haruhi too. Welcome to the club. I talk shit about Haruhi to this day.
I liked Haruhi when I was in college. The artwork is actually beautiful, but Azumanga was still better.
Azumanga's better than most anime. It's an unfair comparison.
And yeah, there's a manga of Azumanga Daioh. It's in the fucking title. You want to know why that title exists?
Azumanga Daioh.
Yeah, because it was created by one Kiyohiko Azuma, and then he took the word manga, and Daioh is basically where it was published in, Dengeki Daioh.
Yeah. It's the manga made by Azuma that was published in Daioh.
Yeah, Azumanga Daioh was just... I even bought the soundtrack to that fucking... to that anime, dude. Dude, I actually had to use that anime soundtrack once for a theater project.
Oh yeah, so Vicky, the thing is, I don't like when people refer to a 26 episode anime as a season, considering that the end of the first part of it was 16 episodes and not the 13 where a lot of people think it is. That's why I don't like when people say, oh man, season 2 of Sword Art sucked. No, it was all one season. It just was split in a weird way.
I know. If they said the fairy dance arc or whatever, then I would...
Yeah, that's not a season. That was an arc.
That's not a season, but that's an arc, and that's more understandable.
Yeah. Say the second arc of Death Note sucked, or maybe the third arc. I don't know. Nier and Mellow are the worst.
I didn't get that far just yet, but
yeah, in Death Note.
But
don't even bother.
Back to Azumanga Daioh. Yeah, I had to use one of the songs as part of a directing project, and I don't know if you're familiar with this song, but it's this weird.
Wait, eye catch music?
No, no, it wasn't. It was
Dun.
no. It's just one of the background songs.
Okay.
But I used that during a scene where two people were having were in a poker match against each other, and I didn't give my actors that many notes, but he perfectly collected his money towards the end of the beat where it goes, and it was beautiful.
I love that kind of stuff.
It was great.
In drama class, me and one of my friends did a skit where we robbed a museum set to the Pink Panther theme.
That makes
It was
sense.
great.
But I want to answer Bill Asperger's question. Dark, are you still an edgy teen or you swing your big anime knowledge around everywhere? Well, I do like to swing my big anime knowledge around everywhere. Hell, I like to poke some eyeballs out with my knowledge.
Yeah.
But as an edgy teenager, no. But
I have grown out of edgy to such an insane degree
here's the
that
thing.
anytime anybody uses edgy as a positive, I yell at them.
But here's the thing. When it comes to my taste in music, I still would occasionally listen to the music I listened to back in the 2000s. Like,
I do that too.
as much as we've been shit talking Linkin Park, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I would still listen to shit from their fucking Hybrid Theory to Meteora albums.
Have you listened to Gangnam Theory?
No, I haven't.
So Triple Q put out a he put out a mashup album that was all of Hybrid Theory mixed with Gangnam Style, and it's a thing of beauty.
Jesus Christ.
I love Triple Q so much. He is one of
I like Triple Q,
the best mashup artists in the world.
I like Triple Q, but his fucking obsession with Gangnam Style, Jesus Christ.
He hasn't done it in a while. His recent album is very good. I was listening to it at the gym today.
Didn't he do a mashup with Kanye West's Power to the theme song of Revox from Kill la Kill? Or am I thinking of someone else? Yeah.
No, Power Krantz.
Yeah, I love that mashup. It's beautiful.
It's really good. I was playing that for people at work when I worked in the car stereo department at ABC Warehouse.
All right. Tom says that his hidden gem of a comic book anime action series was Silver Surfer. I never saw that one, though I'm aware of existence.
Oh yeah, I watched it when I was a kid. I don't remember a single thing about it.
You haven't watched Angel Blade or Bible Black? Dude, Real loves Angel Blade.
I watched Boku no Pico.
He loves fucking Angel Blade, dude. It's he got on my ass.
Angel Blade confused with Witchblade.
He got on my ass because I thought Angel Blade was one of those so bad it's weirdly hilarious shows because A, if you watch it sub, there's an anti-Semitic subplot, and B, if you watch it dub.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
But if you watch it dubbed, they just have characters fucking peppering profanity for no good reason.
No fucking good reason?
Yeah, because manga entertainment.
Okay, once I gotta go to the bathroom. I can hear you from the bathroom, though.
All right. You should read the new Death Note chapter. That was not a question, Dark. It was a statement. Nah, it sounded like a question to me, homie. Sodium Overdrive asks, I know, right? Edge is just cringy when you get out of high school. Yeah, but trust me when I say this, man. Once you hit your 30s, you're also going to hate your 20s. What is it with me hating me from a decade ago, and then that me hating me from a decade earlier and earlier? Identity Pool by Triple Q is the best. What the heck is Identity Pool? What did he mesh up there? Triple Q. Well, it brought me to Cutie Bodies, which is BB versus Drowning Pool. Oh, that's Bodies by Drowning Pool. Oh my god, that was also a fucking relic of the edgy 2000s me back when I was a teenager.
Okay. I heard Cutie Bodies. I had to rush over immediately.
It's a mashup between some song.
I've heard it. I used it to clear out my friend's housewarming party one time.
That's amazing.
There was a bunch of people who knew nothing about anime, and the second they heard 1, Nico Nico Ni, 2, Nico Nico Ni, 3, Nico Nico Ni, something's got to give. It just everyone started leaving. It was beautiful.
Oh man, you're amazing. It reminds me of this one anime club story where I got everyone to watch a hentai.
Good.
We were at the anime club once.
Wait, Bill, was there a Azumanga Daioh Zone animation? I didn't know about this.
Well, I know there was like a mini movie, and then there was like a web thing of Azumanga Daioh.
I mean,
Unfortunately, I don't think the web thing was licensed by ADV, but I know the movie was. But
I
back,
saw Azumanga Web Dio. When I watched Azumanga
yeah,
Daioh,
that's
I watched all of it, and I even watched the web cartoons. So yeah.
okay. And God damn, dude, like Azumanga Daioh show is fantastic. Fuck Lucky
It's
Star.
so good.
Well,
Um,
no, fuck,
favorite
no,
character?
no,
I'd say
fuck,
Osaka.
no, fuck.
No, Tomo.
I hated Tomo because she used to represent what I used to be when I was a high school student.
I like tomboys a little too much.
My issue with her was she also had ADHD like me, and I was a cringy asshole at
Mm.
the time,
I
as well as being edgy. But
I get a little bit of that, but like my whole thing is like, oh, they're like me, but they have friends.
the thing is, I kind of like Sakaki more because I was also a scary looking motherfucker that everyone was afraid to confront. Even though I'm really not. I'm not a violent asshole, despite me
Yeah.
having the face of one. It's like I just remember that first episode where she's like, "There's like this one club where," and then one of the characters is like, "You don't have to join if you want to," and then she's like, "But I
But
wanted
I want
to,"
to.
and I'm like, "Oof."
Oh,
Oh, that
no,
hits
the
too
anime
close.
I related to the most, and a lot of people talk shit about the main character, and I think that probably makes sense, is Pet Girl of Sakuraso.
I remember I went to in Goth Girl. My dad assumed it was a weird style, and I told my dad, "You don't understand me, Dad. She's a fake." Yeah, Dad. Yeah, Dad.
Okay.
You're not with it. And then your dad probably said, "Well, I used to be with
I
it."
used to be with it, then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me,
Uh,
and it'll happen to you.
um, dude, that's like the most important Simpsons life lesson ever.
It's so good,
Uh,
and I didn't appreciate it until recently.
but yeah, here's the thing. I actually relate to like at least a little bit of each of the characters of that show. Not fully, but I relate to
Definitely.
I relate to Sakaki being like a scary person, people to confront. I relate to Tomo because I was also a hyperactive, cringy asshole that
Hmm.
at the time. I related to fucking Yomi because I too was a fat bastard with weight problems.
I love Yomi.
I do too, and
She's a good girl.
she also a little bit thick, but not as thick as she thinks she
I'll clap
is.
them thick thighs.
Um,
I remember. Okay, so in AMV Hell Zero, I remember the eye catches. They were doing the Azumanga Daioh eye catch, like dun, 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 but it was all porn of the Azumanga Daioh cast, and I remember Yomi's was her sitting on a dryer masturbating.
now I just remember that image from Honey Pop.
Oh no.
Where fucking Q is like, "Hey, I found your dryer in the basement." It shows an image of her just fucking riding on.
Yeah, dryers.
Oh, they had that yellow cat guy.
Oh yeah, he was voiced by Norio Wakamoto.
Yeah,
The best at like the deep Japanese man voice.
and in the English dub, he was voiced by Jason Douglas, the voice of Beerus.
Perfect.
Hello, everyone. How are
How
you?
are you? I am fine.
Thank you.
Oh my god!
Man, we talked more about Azumanga Daioh than I thought we did.
It's so good. I
It's a
want to read the
fucking
manga right now.
classic.
It's in my drawer. I should just reread the whole thing.
Oh man, the manga is just—it's so goddamn good. And I have the series on
Oh,
DVD.
you know what? I think I relate the most to the teacher.
Miss Yukari.
Yukari.
I have to
I think my
say, it was
favorite part is when she just gets wasted and like yells about like parents putting too much pressure on their kids. It's like, no, I am the wind. I am Yukari of the wind. Then vomits in the alley. That's me. I relate to that.
oh, I just think it was a genius idea for the anime adaptation to open with her trying to ride her bicycle to
Curb
school.
stomping the bicycle.
And then it follows up with a student trying to help her out. It's like, maybe I could like get out of getting in trouble for being late. Hey, Miss Yukara, I was wondering. And then she fucking jacks his
Steals his bike.
bike.
I love Yukari so much. She was one of my favorite characters in Mugen because I remember she would do the Dio finisher where she'd jump off screen, then drop a bike on someone, then just stomp the bike in the frozen time.
Dude, in the English dub, she has the same voice actress as Ochako from My Hero Academia.
God, wow,
Yeah,
that girl was in the voice acting business for a lot of years,
I know, it's crazy. She was. I know her from like everything she does in ADV.
and she got younger as she went on. Apparently,
But remember that scene where the two students are like, "So who's your favorite teacher, Miss Yukari or Miss Niyamo?" Oh, it's obvious. And then Miss Yukari rocks behind that one student. Is like, it's Miss Yukari, and the student's like, "Oh man, you must love them weirdos." In the anime, she's holding
I
a
sure
note.
do.
In the anime, she holds a notebook and slaps him across the head. In
Yeah,
the manga, she's lifting an entire desk chair, ready to slam it on his fucking face.
God, I love Yukari. So I do remember that when I was trying to get my sister into anime, I did watch a bit of Azumanga Daioh with her, and she liked it just fine, but she wasn't really that interested. But she did really like Chio.
Yeah, because she is the adorable one.
She is too adorable with her flying pigtails.
Yeah, in the early manga, in the early sketches of the manga, her pigtails were actually more realistic.
Yeah. But it's like, no, whatever, screw you. The thing
Whatever.
I always remember and the most horrifying thing in the world was that the one of the lead admins of AMV Hell, his icon that he kept for all those years was like a real girl with pigtails that he animated like Chio's, so they would kind of flop back and forth, and it was horrifying.
Yeah, I just want to see a fucking Super Mario 64 mob where you play as Chi or whatever, and the flying cap is replaced by her pigtails.
Good.
That'd be hilarious. But Vicky Diaz says there was one anime series I liked. It was my favorite. It was Welcome to the NHK.
I liked Welcome to the NHK a lot, but I feel like the ending, even though it makes a lot of sense, kind of doesn't work for the amount of buildup they gave.
I fucking love Welcome to the NHK. I've read both. I watched the anime. I read the manga. I'm in the middle of reading the light novel it was adapted from. I gotta tell you this much.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought the manga was better than the anime, but my opinion has fucking 180 cents.
But do you like the anime more?
Yes, though I do recommend the manga because it's a little bit raunchier and edgier.
Okay. Yeah, because
And
my big issue with it is that they kind of had this thing of like going into depth about everything about being like a Hekekamori and refusing to participate in society. And then the whole series just ended with, yeah, don't give them money or they won't ever improve. And if you stop giving them money, they'll fix themselves to stay alive. And that was like the whole takeaway from it. And that's kind of why I sort of I was kind of turned off by the ending because it sounded too simple. Maybe if I
it,
watched it now, I'd enjoy it more, but I don't know.
it felt a little bit rushed, but I still
It
like.
felt very rushed. Like it's like, yo, yeah, yo, son, we're gonna stop like enabling you, and then it's like, okay, I guess I gotta get a job now.
Well, his life improved at least a little bit, at least. But and I'm pretty sure the light novel ends the same way. I'm not sure. I have, like I said, I have to finish reading it.
Yeah.
But the manga went in a completely different direction in a whole lot of
Okay.
reasons. Like Misaki, the female main,
Yeah.
she's crazier in the manga
Okay.
on an
I remember I
almost
liked her as a
yandere
character a
level.
lot. Like I thought her development was interesting.
Well, here's the thing. I watched the anime and read the manga twice. When I was reading the manga, I liked it more than the anime. Blah blah blah. But upon the second viewing, I liked the anime more because it was a little more grounded and it was a little more hopeful and optimistic. Whereas the
Yeah.
manga, they took all the fucking negative traits of the characters and exaggerated them to the point where their actions were so idiotically stupid it was you just face palmed really hard on your head,
Okay.
like for
I
example.
remember I showed my friend that series because she was kind of she followed the Miyazaki idea that like otaku are ruining anime and all that stuff, and I'm going, you know what, you'd probably like well the NHK, and she goes like, no, it's kind of like rude to Hikekimoris, and she wanted them more humanized and thought it was a little too but it was a little too eager to make them the butt of the joke, which I kind of thought was not the point, but
but
whatever, to each their own.
like an example from the manga is that um uh what is I am forgetting the main character's name because the booze just hit me hard.
It's been a while. I don't remember his name either.
What's 20-something-year-old Tatsuhiro, was his name Sato?
Sato, yeah, that sounds about right.
All right,
Sato.
Sato visited his parents, and then he left to go back to where he was living originally, and he actually had some money given to him by his parents. But before he can go back to that apartment, he blew it all on pachinko machines and ended up as a bum under the highways. And I thought, God damn it, you're a fucking idiot.
Sure is.
Jesus, that's an example. Like I said, I still say give it a read, guys, to formulate your own fucking opinion or whatever, but
Yeah.
I still think the anime was a little bit
I used to
better.
read manga a lot more than I do now. I should really read more manga.
Manga's great. Manga, you can
I
watch at
need
your own pace.
I really need to finish Shonen Shoujo because that was going some weird places that I really liked.
Kitty probably retracted her message before I could
It,
read it.
she just said Sato
Oh,
because we
okay.
already said it. She retracted it.
All right, all right. Yukari is best example. Tried getting my cousin in the Full Metal Alchemist original back in the day. He stopped watching after 8 minutes in.
I feel like there's okay. So I
I
like Full Metal Alchemist original, but I feel like Brotherhood is more watchable.
I never cared for that series. Regardless, fuck Shorty
Honestly,
McShort
I
Short.
think I was mentioning this recently. So, for those who don't know, Interspecies Reviewers was vote spammed to being the second highest rated anime on my anime list for a little bit. It's dropping now, and I think it's probably like in 11th place currently. But it was behind Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I don't think deserves first place as the best anime ever, but I understand why it's there. It is the baseline and a lot of and the first anime that a lot of people see that doesn't shit itself at the end.
I guess, but eh, I just couldn't get into it.
I think it's good. I don't think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I think a masterpiece would have to be a number one thing. It would have to be a film, because for one thing, when
Nope.
it
Katana Gatari.
nah suck dick, dude. Like uh, I'm
No, Katana Gatari.
nah man, suck dick. It have to be a film because they make better
Shut the fuck up,
animation.
Katana Gatari.
Because as much as I love anime, man, a lot of people like to stand still for like 20 minutes, which makes subtitle reading easier, but whatever.
I don't think there's a single one where people standing still in Katana Gatari.
All right, maybe. Whatever.
It's not part of the Monogatari series. It's the same author, but it's a completely different universe.
My anime list was moving a ton of the ratings for interspecies roles and apparently shit talking Nux Taco and Lost Pause. I don't know who those two are, but I'm gonna
Yeah, I watched his video, and I can safely say I don't like him. I appreciate what he did, but I don't like that style of YouTuber.
what's he doing? Is he doing that stupid thing where he's like, hey, like and subscribe?
Basically, he's like, I review a ton of Shmentai, and I think we should vote Interspecies Reviewers to the top to troll the SJWs.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
That's literally like basically what he says. Like, a lot of people in the social justice movement don't like this show, and I think we should show it to them by voting it to the top because it's a good Shmentai. He refused to say hentai. He kept like mispronouncing things and thinking it was funny, and I hate his voice.
Man, he sounds cringy as fuck. He sounds like he sounds like somebody I would shove in a locker.
Yeah,
Um,
it's again, I don't like YouTubers like that. I was talking
but
about this
like,
earlier because I got my friend really hard into interspecies reviewers to the point that every time any news breaks, he sends a message to me about it, and I'm
dude,
happy I did that. But the thing was he watched the Nux video and like voted him to the top. Yeah, like again, I appreciate voting to the top. It was hilarious.
I mean, I
But
guess, but and I know you love that show, but this whole fucking SJW culture war needs to fucking stop.
I know
Cause
that again in my video, and I think the reason I appreciate my video, even though it has problems, is that I try to remain ambivalent. I refuse to like insult Funimation or their practices, and I always come at it from a place of sympathy. I don't like when people don't do that. I hate an us versus them mentality in like almost all situations.
yeah, how about you guys versus my nuts? Start sucking.
Your nuts don't stand a chance, man.
No,
There's
man,
so many of
my
us.
nuts can take it, man. You don't know how
Oh
strong
no.
my nuts are.
Okay, cock and ball torture, man.
Man, my nuts are amazing. Okay, shut up.
But I legitimately want interspecies reviewers to get a ton of attention because I love what it's doing and the fact that it's pushing the boundaries of everything.
Yeah, I respect a show that just goes that far without being categorized as a hentai for God knows what reason at this point.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, Sodium Overdrive. So like the thing is that like I understand why studios are dropping it. The manga was pretty tame and they thought it was going to be baseline etchy. They didn't realize it was going to be a new envelope pusher of anything, and it's crazy.
Welcome to the new decade.
It's great. Like
I
I want to see what this show accomplishes in the future of like setting this baseline of what etchy can be. And
man,
it got to the point that Tokyo one of the Tokyo stations won't air it anymore because the censored version is unwatchable. That like it's kind of dropping from a lot of schedules, and like really the things that are airing it are a lot of the international stations in Japan that are like all the districts, and ATX, which is uncensored, which ATX does whatever they want, that doesn't matter.
but
But the thing I was saying, that I tend not to like YouTubers that play a character and exaggerate too hard. Like I don't like Markiplier. I don't like his voice very much. The most I'll take is a Peanut Butter Gamer because he plays a character, but it's subdued enough that when he emotes, you can tell he's emoting, and it like still is like a fleshed out human being. Same with like James Rolfe, that like you have a character that's an exaggerated version of yourself, but not so exaggerated that you can still apply emotions to them.
yeah, I'm trying to experiment with that sometimes back in the day.
I do a little bit of that. I in my old videos I kind of mentioned this, that my microphone was really shitty and my voice is odd. Like it's kind of deep and high at the same time, so it messes with microphones pretty often. So
Ah.
I had to talk a little bit like this. I had to speak in kind of a
Oh,
vaguely British Australian accent.
yeah.
Hello, Drachme here.
And then, yeah, you told this story before. And then
Oh, I did. Okay,
when
yeah.
you
And
got a
then a
bigger
lot of people
microphone
like
and talked more
unsubscribed when they
real,
started talking
one
normally.
dude's unsubscribed. It's like, I thought you were
Yep.
a fucking limey bastard. What the
Yep.
hell?
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. I'm forgetful.
Oh, cut down trees. I wear high heels,
On heels of
suspenders.
suspenders and a bra, I wish I won a girlie just like me dear mama.
I thought you were rugged.
I thought you were a rugged limey.
I've been wanting to watch it. It
God, I
looks
want to
something
watch more
completely over the
Monty
top. Something I
Python.
like with certain anime. Some YouTube characters can be obnoxious, but I really don't mind Nux too much. I see, I see it as them having fun, even if it isn't my taste. Yeah, I like to have fun when I
That's
make.
fine. Like, yeah, that's the thing. I'm not gonna like go out of my way and say you're wrong for liking him. I just have like a weird, like very low tolerance level for that kind of reading.
I can do that for gamers and fucking film reviewers, but when it comes to anime shit, I was like, eh.
Like it really depends on how long the video is. If it isn't their whole shtick, I'm fine with it. But if that's their entire character, I'm like, I don't feel like
Can
listening to
you
you.
tell me the size of Kanaka Ono's breasts? Oh, who's Kanaka Ono? Exactly. Prepare to die.
Kanaka Ono? Wait
That's
a
a
minute.
character from Genshiken, you bastard.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, fuck you. Voiced by Misty from Pokemon in the English dub. She likes to cosplay.
God damn, those are big titties.
Told you.
That's that. What the fuck is with her weird, like, low poly Tifa face in some photos?
I don't know, man. Like, her backstory was that she was born Japanese, but then she was like in America for 8 years, and then she came back. She wanted to join the Genshin Club, and then this one female character, who I will do a video of her later on, it basically said, "Oh, you don't want to join this club. They'll probably make you do weird things like cosplay." And she's like,
Oh
"Yeah,"
shit.
and she's like, "Yeah, but I like to cosplay." What?
Tall girl's always the best girl. I'm just gonna say that now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've been watching Hands Off. Yeah, keep your hands off Ezekin. Yeah, tall girl is best girl.
Even though she is an evil producer.
Therefore, best girl. Evil is sexy. Also, I have a kink for tall girls.
No,
Shut
man,
up.
we passed a law saying that it's okay for billionaires to commit murder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God damn, that line
last...
in BoJack really got me. Like, I had to pause it and laugh at that for a little bit before saying, "Yeah, that's true."
And the funny part is how Diane, and we're talking about BoJack Horseman, by the way, and Diane's like, "Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that the Senate really,
If he's
Diane,
the president, oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the president will veto. Really, Diane?
Really,
like,
Diane? Whose voice was that? It was a Bill Dauterive.
Oh, Stephen Root voiced him?
Really, Diane?
What was his name? Something White Whale.
Oh, so yeah, Sodium Overdrive. Interspecies reviewers, you will have like different monster girls every episode. There is a long running gag that the main cast likes cowgirls a lot. And I will say the most recent episode was the most extreme I've seen, not because it was the most lewd, but because it warmed my heart more than anything, which is the lewdest of all muscles.
Lewd. Holding hands? That is so
No,
lewd.
it was way more wholesome than that, even if it had eyeball licking.
Yeah, you're right. Jeremiah White Whale was voiced by Stephen Root, the voice actor of Bill Dauterive, as well as the actor who played Milton in Office Space. That's why he sounded so familiar.
Oh, fuck. You know what? In high school, I was just known as that. I was known as like the weird kid, but also the kid that could do the spot on Milton impression. I believe you're my stapler. I'm going to burn everything down.
I told them not to put salt on my...
I told not to put my stapler.
They put a lot of salt.
This is not okay.
I can have this whole place down. I'm going to set this whole building on fire.
I'm gonna set the whole building on fire. I also did a pretty good Ivan Drago, actually. I remember that someone did an Ivan Drago impression. It was shit. I'm like, your Ivan Drago impression is bad. It's like, yeah, you do better. Okay. I must have been.
Like, God,
and like,
damn,
okay, that's pretty good.
hard to do Ivan Drago because he.
It's not, but they were bad at it.
He only had like 3 lines in the movie or something. If he dies, he dies. Like,
God, did you know that? Oh fuck, what's his name? I feel dumb now.
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren's like an expert in calculus and is like an expert drum player.
Okay, that probably explains it.
It's fucking weird. Like, I saw him playing the drums. It's like, what the hell? Then I saw him doing advanced calculus, and I'm even more what the hell.
Yeah, there was like he was on some show, variety show, whatever, and he was like
Attack the Show.
He was like doing like
a good show. Okay.
Yeah, I know. He was like performing to this Elvis remix of A Little Less Conversation, which was like in the early 2000s or whatever.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of it, he was like doing like a drum solo and then doing fucking karate chops and shit in the middle of all of it. It was pretty weird but funny.
Yeah, dude's awesome.
Yeah, I like Dolph Lundgren. And I know
Dolph Lundgren's a cool dude.
I really need to see Creed 2 because people are saying that movie was really good.
Okay, I need to see Creed 1. You know what?
Creed
I haven't seen a single Rocky movie.
Oh my god, those Rocky films, except for 5, were fantastic. All right, let's see. I got high tolerance stuff. I might watch some of Interspecies shows because I don't want to say stuff about anime I don't watch Yeah, man, it's cool, man. A lot of fucking YouTubers shit on shit.
A lot of people review things they don't watch.
I mean, take a look at fucking Mother's Basement. He clearly didn't watch Goblin Slayer, but he made that
He
fucking
clearly
video.
doesn't watch any anime ever.
But he clearly made that video anyways. Oh,
That video was a beautiful trash fire. Man, if they oh, I can't do a good Mother's Basement voice. 1 second. Honestly, if they think that the people are gonna watch, if they think people are gonna watch this show and enjoy it, they should have a better first episode. Most popular anime of the season.
yeah, I know, man. It's like, here's my impression of Mother's Basement.
And no, you gotta be more creative than that. Shop at audible.com. Oh, buy a loot crate. Yeah, buy a loot crate now. Go do that.
Yeah, give me a T-shirt that doesn't fit, and if it does, I wouldn't
God.
wear it in public.
I liked his OP analysis videos. They were good.
Yeah, but he became a shit.
Shame that he had to go do other things.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, yeah, I love, like, can we all appreciate that pretty much every member of the Best Friends never said anything all that stupid? Like, they've always been consistently just focused on their mission of playing stupid video games.
Well, yeah, until they broke apart and Mac Muscles is fucking left-leaning douchiness.
He isn't, but his videos aren't based on political stuff. A lot, like, I love his What Happened videos.
True. And in that case, don't fucking go to his Twitter account ever. Don't. Just fucking avoid that.
I follow Pat's Twitter account, which is most recent. His most recent tweet was interspecies reviewers, huh? And I just posted, "You will watch this Monster Girl High art and you will like it."
I saw that, man. I hope he does.
I'm so excited for the next Beastcast.
Oh man. Oh, all right.
I can't wait.
So, what do you do on your channel? I don't know, stuff.
Yes.
I like to make streams. I like to make random vlogs about anime. Like I said, I'm trying to do a Genshiken vlog sometime soon. I just have to have the will to do it because editing videos is hard for people who don't have a whole lot of subs.
Editing sucks. So I have a dumb, like, messed up pirated version of Adobe Premiere, but thankfully I bought a good editing software made by a company that isn't shit.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking forward to getting acquainted with that so I can make more videos and, like, not be annoyed by how long it takes to open. And I think the next videos I'm going to make is I might make a video version of my Monster Girl panel, which is entitled Fluffy Tails, Scales, and a Bizarre Lack of Males. I love that title a lot.
Sounds catchy. It almost sounds like a phrase that Princess Carolyn would say.
Very much.
Yeah,
and
I need to make more phrases like that.
I love Princess Carolyn. She's a great character.
I think she might be my favorite in that show.
I want to do a series called After the Anime, where I talk about, like, where a manga went after the anime ended. I want to do the Monster Girl thing, Fluffy Tail, Scales, and Bizarre Lack of Males. And I also want to, two particular things I want to do is I want to talk about, how the depictions of the devil in media and why the devil went down to Georgia is the worst depiction possible. And also do a video talking about morality choices in games and, like, why good versus evil is not as interesting as chaotic versus lawful.
Yeah, I will admit that devil in Devil Went Down Georgia is a little bitch. He's like, oh, I'm gonna.
Johnny is a bad protagonist.
No, he's like, I mean, I'm just gonna play you in a fucking fiddling contest, and then
I played my fiddle shitty.
I'm like, come on, dude. It's like you're
no. So the main crux of my argument is, so you know how, like, it says, like, and the devil play a song, the chorus demons join it sounded something like this, and then they play a song, like, on a guitar, and, like, a weird thing that can't be played on a fiddle, and they had to loosen the strings to make it sound otherworldly. But then Johnny, his soul was like, he played Fire on the Mountain, Rumbo's wrong, Devil in the House of Rock. They're just naming off folk songs. The devil played an original piece that didn't sound like anything ever recorded and that the Charlie Daniels Band couldn't replicate. And then Johnny just played a bunch of karaoke.
but for some reason, the devil still thought he lost.
So, here is my personal theory that Charlie Daniels was vaguely agnostic when he wrote the song, and he liked the idea of Johnny like embodying the sin of pride and believing he beat the devil by playing inferior because he was so proud of his own music, and that the original ending was that the devil won by making Johnny think he won and would then waste his life and abandon his soul by committing pride, which is the deadliest of all sins. But then Charlie Daniels became a born again Christian and wrote the sequel, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, that retconned all that. And he said, oh, well, whatever, Johnny won because he's a good Christian boy and he believed in himself.
Well, way to ruin the only good country song I actually listen to.
Pretty much. But the thing is, I believe that I really want to talk about this in the video, but if I ever make it. But the sorry, my friend just sent me a message. But I believe that in like a story, the devil represents the complete perfection of human skill and the complete corruption of the human soul. So the only way you can defeat the devil is by becoming more corrupt than he thought possible. So you must embody a seven deadly sin more than the devil, or you must cheat and embody like the glory of humanity. That's why in Shin Megami Tensei, to beat Lucifer, you have to like rely on the faith and the power of like all your fellow humans or the powers of powers of God. And in stuff like the devil and the widow, you must embody a seven deadly sin more than the devil. In the case of the devil and the widow, it's lust.
All right, now I don't want to interrupt your interesting analysis, but
No, I was done.
But this video is brought to you by Raid's Shadow Legends. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys, dude. I too am sick of that shit. I mean, come on, man. There are people who are sponsoring fucking ball hair trimmers and shit. I'm like, that's gross.
I love the ball hair trimmers. That one's good. But no, one of my favorite things was that, and I appreciate them so much for this, is that Wooly said, yeah, we got approached to like, yeah, it's like we got approached. No. I think it was actually Matt who said that. He said like I got approached to shill Raid Shadow Legends, and I decided against it.
Oh, I thought he would have something witty and clever to say. Oh, I'm against it, and that's it.
No, he just said like, no, I'm good. Honestly, advertisement was Internet Historian. Hello, I'm Raid Man, and I'm Raid Wife. We play Raid Shadow Legends. Oh no, my wife left me for Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I like Internet Historian a lot.
I don't mind the Raid Shadow Legends thing, but like promote it for like 2 seconds and then move on. Because I've seen people be like, this is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Here's 2 minutes. Type in this name so you can be part of my faction, so you can feel special about what you're doing. Hey!
So I like that Star Wars shit post. It's like, who are you? My name is Ray. Ray who? Raid Shadow Legends is the best-selling game on mobile.
There's making a living, and then they're selling your soul to a gacha game. Oh, man.
I would sell the fuck out of my soul. My soul is worthless.
Oh, man.
I would love to get advertisements, and I would just be the worst salesman possible.
Don't tell Nitro Plus that, otherwise everyone's going to be like, this is brought to you by Fate Go.
Oh, I would advertise the hell out of Fate Go. Hey, do you want to suck Astolfo's dick? I sure do. Play Fate Go.
No, man. Astolfo's going to suck your dick and call you gay afterwards.
I have a more detailed version of the infamous Astolfo plushie. I like to put my hat on it that says trash.
Oh my god, dude. I want to like do a video that's basically an Astolfo Beam plushie chasing some dude, and it's done in like the style of Evil Dead, where it's like the first person camera chasing the person.
I will record footage for that.
I just want to do that as somebody running away in a convention center or whatever, and he just closes up on the dude's crotch. Now I don't know what to do from there. Like either you just zoom in on the crotch and then you just have like a white screen that says you're gay. I was either thinking that or cutting to the person's reactions, having him making funny faces as his dick's getting sucked,
Oh,
or I would add this in where the fucking plushie would fucking like undo the person's zipper and just crawl in there and just wiggle his way
oh my.
in.
Okay, my
And
plushie's
then
too big
cut
for
to the
that.
fucking reaction on the dude's faces with funny sound effects, and then the fucking beam plush would just like pop out, land somewhere, and then it will say, "You're gay."
Like a chest burster.
Yeah, just something like that or something. Just like I just want to do like a video like that. That shit would be funny.
So the video I've been wanting to do with Al is I want to review a game, but I want to do it like in the style of like a bad nostalgia critic review. And it'll just turn into a thing where it's like, I need to review this game, and then it'll be me in a bad hack, like, I'm you from the future, you can't review this game or it'll destroy the world.
Oh
And
my
then it'll be
god.
Al showing up.
Lance showed me something
Cuts to Al,
very
he'll be like further away in a different location.
Lance showed me something really funny. I'll just tell you in private chat or whatever.
Okay.
Uh okay, he's basically telling me this isn't thick, this is thick, and for some reason it's comparing some woman to a fucking Gundam with thick ass legs. I think Matt Wheat might know what I'm talking about.
Uh,
I don't even recognize that mobile suit. Where is that from?
so thick it ridic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate when people show me images of like robots and stuff. Like, damn it, I would fuck that. Why do you gotta do this to me?
Dude,
I
there's
didn't
like
need to know this about myself.
dude, man, oh my god, you remind me of this one episode of Akiba Ranger where the Red Ranger couldn't attack the Monster of the Week because the Monster of the Week was a robot chick. And then
God, I love Akiba Ranger.
he fucking opens
In
up
his
and
waifu armor.
yeah, he opens up. Yeah, this is the same episode. He opens up and
Yeah!
says, I can't attack this woman because I have a fetish for robot chicks. It all started when I watched this one Sentai way back when, and I fell in love with her. So that's why I just can't will myself to beat up on a robot chick.
Oh. Sentai is beautiful.
You
It's
got
underrated.
you guys have a Discord? Well, it's how we're recording. Well, I have.
Yeah, it's kind of how we're recording. I don't really contribute to Discord very much, to be honest.
I am second in command of a Discord group. I should probably post a link in the description after editing this. It's the Magus X1 Discord. I guess you could join there. If you want, that's up to you. Man, I wish I got two fucking. No. I don't want to puke, but I did get drunk.
Yeah, I'm done drinking for now.
Yeah,
I'll probably drink some water and maybe eat a piece of toast.
I'm probably just gonna eat some oranges or something. I don't know.
Well, I got a lot of bananas at my house, but no oranges.
Oh man, you gonna suck on those bananas?
Yeah, I'm gonna suck on them bananas. Curd for my pleasure.
uh,
Fuck it. I'm sobering up. Maybe I should drink more.
I wish I could. Well, I didn't want to be rude or interrupt you guys. Oh no!
Please interrupt us. We're just talking about dumb bullshit like Astolfo Beans chasing people down hallways like the Evil Dead.
You weren't being rude at all.
Oh, thanks, Vicky. You're my second favorite Vicky. You're moving up close though.
Which is funny because I don't do a whole lot of these types of streams, but I think Weeb'n Talkin should be a regular thing at this point.
I'm really enjoying this actually. Like it really helps me get a lot of the creative juices flowing.
I know. Funny thing is, Jason and I don't really talk to each other.
No, we don't
much.
really know each other outside of this.
I just know him through nepotism because he's one of Big Al 2K6's friends. But
Yay for nepotism.
but we were able to get fucking strong chemistry going on when we were talking to each other.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh. Yeah. Oh man. I have to go to work tomorrow. It sucks.
Or Squiggleton, would you drink some banana? I don't know what that is.
What?
Am I drinking a banana? What?
Daddy, would you
I'm gonna
like...
Google this.
There was a banana flavored daiquiri, but I decided not to drink. I decided not to drink it because.
Okay, it appears to be a small country. In a bunch of countries I've never heard of. Bongalon, Malabaga, beat is it? This, are you sure this place is real? This sounds like something from an isekai.
Oh, there's not enough good isekai. There's only 2 good isekai shows, and that's ReZero and Konosuba.
I never watched ReZero. I feel like the premise kind of turned me off, especially the main character.
No, it's actually better than you think it is.
Okay, because I might give it a shot then. Some things will like really turn around
To
on
be
me.
fair, I did try to give that one MILF Isekai show a chance, but then I
Uh,
dropped it because
I think it's still in my queue, and I never tried watching it. There was also for like to defeat, yeah, for my daughter, I would even defeat the Demon Lord because I got it confused with another show when I put it on there.
oh, okay.
Oh, Telltale. Oh, which Telltale game? Because I kind of know a lot about the Telltale games from watching. Yeah, from watching the Super Best Friends.
I guess I guess we could probably do this as a regular podcast, but
I wouldn't mind.
um, it's a Telltale Games reference.
Yeah. Okay. One sec. Benang Telltale. I just always think about the glass him choice. Oh, wow, Sam and Max. Okay, I appreciate. Good reference. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I got the same results. That was like pre Walking Dead.
That's early.
Yeah.
So, okay, Vicky, I've heard Rising of the Shield Hero is good for a few episodes, and then it just shits itself. Like Raftalia is pretty high tier waifu, but that's about all I know.
Like I said, I'm not big into isekai because everyone isekais to the exact same location, which is generic fantasy RPG world. Yeah, I get it. Japan loves
Remember that
Dragon
Gridman
Quest.
is an isekai.
Yeah, but Wait, which Gridman?
The new Gridman. Quadruple S Gridman.
I haven't seen the rest of it. But
It's an isekai.
do they isekai into fucking Dragon Quest fantasy world?
Oh, shit. You know what? I think the original isekai might be a Benabashi.
No. El Hazard predates it.
Okay.
And even that show got predated by.
John Connor of Mars.
Well, I was thinking strictly anime, but I was gonna say fucking Arabelle or Dunbine.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, my anime knowledge is kind of fucked. I
Well,
used to like know a lot more about older anime, but then I kind of felt weird hole why I mostly watch seasonal stuff.
as the super high school weeb, when I was a senior in high school, they decided to do this fucking thing to us as this filthy, evil sex experiment on us. Did I say sex experiment? I meant experiment.
Sure did.
Anyways, they wanted us to do something called a senior project where we pick a topic, any topic, and then we do like weird research and assignments based off of it. Because I was a fucking super weeb at the time, obviously I picked anime. And as a result, I did extensive research on the history of anime and all that shit. Osamu Tezuka, the decades.
Oh, Tezuka's so underrated.
Tezuka, Ishinomori, the mecha craze, the super robot craze of the 70s, 80s, blah, blah, blah. I showed a clip of Azumanga Daioh, which was that scene where Yukari stole the bike.
Yeah!
Yeah, I got super passionate into my fucking. Everyone else was kind of mad, but I got super hardcore passionate into my goddamn.
I want to tell you about a project I did when you're done.
I got super fucking passionate into this anime project and talked about extensively and all that shit. And not to brag, but my fucking English teacher, who loved it so much, actually took all my material and said, you know what? I'm going to use this as kind of like a base example of what students in the future need to do whenever they do this.
Awesome.
And I said, ha, now no one else can do anime because I fucking set the gold standard. Suck it.
Suck my o-chin-chin, Oni-chan.
Exactly.
So
what's your story?
So in my group dynamics class, we had to do a presentation on an example of like groups working together from a movie and like basically discussing roles that you would play in a group. And I did mine on The Room, like the Tommy Wiseau movie.
Oh, you're tearing me apart.
And I did it as an example of the worst example of group dynamics I could think of, which is like everyone in this has no idea what their role is and they're all sabotaging each other and it's a mess. And that is why in order to be a good group you must not follow these examples. And I just listed off all the examples of why they're a terrible group of people. Like I listed off the codependency of Johnny and like the fact that like yeah, that Lisa was like ruining the group's resources, and that that Mark was unsure of his position in the group and would thus like do everything. It was great. I got an A.
Nice.
I remember
Nice.
I went to a career school. So it was extra fun because a lot of my classmates were people in their 40s whose jobs had become obsolete.
Hmm.
And in that class, we had a rather attractive professor, and all of the women in the class decided to be extra thirsty for this poor guy because he was only like in like 24 or something. He was pretty damn young, and all these 40-year-old women were just like hounding this guy, and a lot of their presentations were about how sexy he was, and he
Th-
did not know how to handle it.
this almost sounds like Negima if the characters were at least twice, maybe three times older than they should be.
Honestly, I would kind of like that in an anime. A
Yeah.
bunch of 40-year-old women just pining after a young guy.
A bunch of 4-year-olds that look like 26-year-olds. Yeah, what was
There,
it?
no, these women did not look like they look like 26-year-olds.
Well, I was
These
saying.
were all 40-year-olds that looked like they were 60.
Well, I was saying if this was going to be an
Oh yeah,
anime
you gotta have the real
adaptation,
dude.
to
You
quote
gotta have that mom isekai
yeah to
with
quote
all the women.
to quote Chris Rock, if there's a woman who's 26 and looks 26, she's damn near 40.
Yep.
That's
And
anime in a nutshell.
and if she looks 20 and she says she's 18, she's 12.
Yeah, that's anime manga for you in a nutshell.
Yep. Oh god, I was discussing with Al like what characters are the worst example of I'm like super young but look way older. And I can't think of anyone worse than Zakuro-chan from Dokuro-chan, who's 9 and looks like she's 24.
Yeah, her fucking quote unquote little sister. I know who you're talking about.
Who's like a foot taller than her and has massive tits.
And is dressed like a fucking imperial Japanese naval
Yeah.
officer.
And is like there's that like the weird thing where it's like I'm still afraid to take a bath alone, Oni-chan.
Oh, that episode. That's probably why season 2 got canceled.
Probably. I liked Dokuro-chan a lot.
I
I got
do.
introduced to that by my cousin who cosplayed Dokuro-chan with his now wife.
I do too. And fucking Big Al, I remember him. I remember him doing a QAA on his YouTube channel, and he says, and I asked him, "Hey, what is the worst anime you've seen? Don't include Naruto because that was like the thing he was famous for at the time. Was like him shitting on Naruto." And he's like,
I remember
"Oh,"
his One Piece videos.
and he's like, "Oh, damn it. I guess I'll have to say Dokuro-chan is the worst anime I've ever seen."
I'm gonna yell at him right now for that.
Go ahead, do it. It'll be funny. Okay, let's see. So is anyone into Tenchi Muyo? Because my friend's trying to get me into it. It's a pretty good show.
Man, Al, fuck you. You think Dokuro-chan is the worst anime ever? You have the worst taste. You have not seen enough anime to understand what true bad anime is. Go
That
watch
is
more
true.
stuff. Get good, you scrub.
That is true. But to answer Vicky Diaz Chriswin, I am a hardcore fan of Tenchi Muyo to the point where I used to use Ryoko as my avatar. I love Tenchi Muyo, the OVA series. I love Tenchi Universe. I need to rewatch Tenchi Tokyo, but I initially hate it. It's a different continuity. I like the films, but everything that came after the 90s, I'm just not feeling it. I don't know. Tenchi Universe might be a much easier series to get into. It seems more fun. I mean, the first episode has like a fucking alien girl just fucking with this poor kid.
Oh.
I'm running away from a space pirate.
Oh no. Okay, so you know what? That reminds me, one of the best anime I've ever seen is Space Patrol Luluko.
I need to actually finish watching that show.
That is a series that it has a joke like every 3 episodes is a new season, but I think they're kind of right because how fast the show goes, it feels like a whole season passed.
Isn't the whole fucking joke of that show is like the origin of Trigger or something?
No, Miss Trigger, she is the mascot of Trigger Studios,
Okay, I thought Trigger had 3 mascots.
she's the main one now.
Okay, that's weird.
Because they had a Kill la Kill episode, they had a Sex and Violence with Mock Speed episode, and they had a Little Witch Academia episode.
Yeah, I remember Susie Mombrang making a cameo.
And an Inferno Cop episode, the true hero of Trigger.
Oh my god. Okay,
I love
I
Inferno
like
Cop.
Inferno Cop, but I really hate the samurai show, the ninja show that was.
That one wasn't good. That one took itself too seriously.
It took itself seriously, and I was actually pretty excited for it. Then I watched the show, and then it's like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, no, we're going to do just like Inferno Cop, and that's what
But
caused
it's not going to be funny.
and that's what caused me to fucking hate anime for a good fucking couple of years at that point.
Wow, really?
It was that egregious on my end.
Wow. Okay, I feel like Studio Trigger is the Platinum Games of anime. That they make stuff that people really like and some missteps, and then they just run out of money for a couple years and have to take a break.
Man, I was ready to wrap this up 15 minutes ago because we are over 3 hours in.
I'm having fun. I just took another drink of Jameson.
I've been out of my fucking drink for like an hour now, and I don't feel like walking
Happens,
all the way
man.
to get a refill. Oh, Jesus.
Just finished off my Jameson. Oof. I'll have wine next time. I love the 1,000-year-old Chinese myth dragon lolly.
I'm a wheel baby. Are you 0 years old? 10,000. Nope.
I'm 10,000. Oh yeah, I showed Al a ProZD video, and then he got mad because I guess ProZD was talking shit about something online that he shouldn't have been talking shit about. And I'm like, wait, you follow him on YouTube? I don't care. I just watch his videos. I follow him on Twitter. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, yeah, that's also a big mistake too, because he did catch a case of the blue check mark.
Boy.
Yeah, he said
Again,
some dumb.
like I said,
he said some
I
dumb
try to
shit
stay
about
ambivalent
Joker.
to all that stuff because I think it just kind of. I think I've mentioned this before, but I hate when channels look into the abyss and become the worst thing ever. Because if you look into politics, you inevitably become extreme because you want to look for stories. So you'll look for the most extreme stories from a side that doesn't represent you, and then you'll become emboldened and extreme to the side that most likely represents you. And you can't stay like a. Again, the term moderate has a bad connotation these days, but like a moderate within your point of view.
Yeah,
I'm a liberal.
I just find it weird that Al is getting this hard into Twitter.
That kind of makes sense because he's always been the one who likes to look into the drama of things.
See, I have a Twitter
And
account.
sometimes I have those moments, but I don't like to go public with them.
I have a Twitter account, but I try to avoid that bullshit as soon as possible.
I talk about Monster Girls and just shitpost on Twitter all the time, so.
Yeah, I need to shitpost some more.
I think shitposting is the best thing to be on any social media.
Amen. I do need more Twitter followers because.
Here's that Jameson hitting me. I feel beautiful.
I'm pretty. So pretty.
Oh, fine. So, actually, come to think of it, that's like one of the things is that one of my friends was kind of like shocked at D&D it just turned into a thing. Like after we were done, we were like commenting on like how much weight we gained over the holidays, and then I like raised my shirt and it's like, wow, you're way fatter than I thought you were. I'm like, yeah, everyone thinks I'm so skinny, but I'm like almost 200 pounds.
That's funny because I'm only 185.
Yeah. I I bounce between like 180 and 190 like every other week. I am weird.
I've been cutting back because every night after work I would just fucking drink up a daiquiri, which would piss off my friends on Discord. It's like, you have a problem. You're an alcoholic. I'm like, fuck you. No, I'm not, dude.
Fuck you! I'll show you what an alcoholic is. Glug glug glug.
It's like, fuck you. Eat shit, dude,
Yeah,
man.
no, I bought a giant bag of a Mars bar, like Mars candy, and I've been snacking on that a little bit, but I've been having small lunches lately, and I've been going to the gym every day. So
It's like, what?
maybe I weigh less. I should weigh myself when this is done, but I'm feeling a little bit better. 'Cause I want to get more fit before Colossal.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If I gain weight, I can't tell if it's fat weight or muscle weight at this point because I still like work
That's
out
how I
every
am
morning.
too. I lift a lot of weights, and I bounce between like high weights and low weights and all that, and I drink a lot of I do eat and drink a lot of protein, so I don't even know like
I
what I am anymore. Weight is dumb. I tend to just take photos and do them in different orders and see if I can see a difference in my body type.
Yeah, that's probably the best bet because I don't know, man. I might still pick up a bottle of whipped cream vodka after work just so I can drink something and watch Golden Time or something because that's the anime I'm watching currently.
Like I said, I started watching Hands Off Ezokin recently,
Easy
and
breezy.
I'm gonna probably watch a little bit more tonight. But I've been watching Demon Slayer and that. And I need to start reading more Hero Academia.
But I'm actually going to reread Genshiken a little bit just so
Okay.
I can get ready for the fucking In Defense of Saki Kasakabe video.
Okay. I need to catch up on Watamote so I can do my after the anime video.
Yeah, and then people be like, "Watamote, it's your fault that no, it's your fault
It's
for
your fault that you don't have more subscribers.
it's your fault that you're cringy as God. That show is so cringy,
So,
so
okay,
fucking cringy."
so that girl, okay, so the girl I talked about earlier, I remember she cosplayed Tomoko just because she knew I liked her, and that was like kind of a super nice moment for me because I love Tomoko.
Nice.
And I remember she liked cosplaying that too, and it was kind of a sweet moment. She also cosplayed a character from a Daka box that nobody knows that I also liked that was perfect for her. And that was like the moment I fell in love with her. And unfortunately, things didn't work out, but oh well.
Oh well, you're doing good at least.
It happens, man. Like, yeah, relationships are hard.
I wouldn't know.
I tried a poly thing recently, and that fell apart harder than anything.
Yeah, don't be. Yeah,
Okay, so that's the
yeah. That's
thing is
what
that
happened to fucking Pro Terror,
regardless
didn't
of
it?
what Andrew said, like I think that people who can do it can do poly, but I think that it attracts a certain kind of people that are probably not good for organizing a large group of people and will usually try and like force people out and like shame them for thinking a certain way.
Ah.
It was like just a weird situation where I got like shamed out of it, like going like, you know what, you're not like acting the way I think you should, and is like, okay, I feel like you're making stuff up about me right now.
I'm
Sorry,
surprised.
I'm getting well. That's getting way too serious. I'm sorry. I'm
That's
drunk,
that's fine. I got way too serious before about voice acting, so
dude. I will talk about voice act. I think voice acting is great. One of my favorite anime is Shirobako, and the thing that upset me was when I looked up the Shirobako chart of how much the characters would make, and the voice acting is so ridiculously high.
man, I'm just disappointed that it doesn't have an English dub yet because I would like to watch it the English dub.
That'd be interesting. I don't know. Things that are focused in Japan are kind of weird to do a dub of.
I know, but Genshiken pulls it off. Well, I keep
Yeah,
coming
if
back to that
right,
series. I'm sorry,
if I wanna
guys.
get back into my topic a little bit, it's
I'm,
a thing that
I'm gonna.
the poly thing I was a part of, it felt like they were playing favorites, and it was like a weird situation of anybody I was involved with was going like, "Oh, well, my main partner doesn't like this, so you're officially forbidden from doing this because you're like a secondary to me." And that's kind of fucked up. Like, if you're part of a relationship, you should have like infinite communication and say, you know what, this person may not like this, but I feel like this is between us, so we can just do our own thing and not even acknowledge the other partners.
Man, I would just if somebody told me that, I would just go for a punt in the cunt and tell her, bitch, I'm number one here. I'm always number one. I'm never second to shit.
I kind of okay, so here's like a weird thing about me. I kind of like being compared to others when I come out on top. And in many cases I do, but sometimes I don't, and that's a little bit upsetting.
But yeah, I'm also in the middle of watching Shirobako because that was a show I put on Hayes for a long time. But I'm getting back into it because High Dive is a better fucking streaming service than Crunchyroll.
Sure is.
Mm-hmm.
I say as I have a Crunchyroll and not a High Dive.
I have I have a Verve account and a High Dive account, but I still stand by my point.
I should get rid of my PS3, my PlayStation Online account because I don't even use it right now. But you know what? I should really start playing Monster Hunter with you, so
Yeah,
I
come
should
on,
probably
man.
hop on that.
We gotta go slay some monsters. By the way, at this point, if I were to help you out, the monsters would be killed in like 3 minutes.
That's fine.
I've been doing that in
I'll
Tom's games right now,
I
and
will
holy shit,
play
it's
more
funny.
Tokyo Mirage sessions, and then I will hop on Monster Hunter. Then I'll get really good and probably become an expert at the war horn and be the best.
Oh, okay, a hunting horn aficionado. I'd be
I
down for that.
usually okay. I usually play the insect glaive
Oh, that's
or
my
whatever that's
main.
called. What?
Insect Glaive, that's my weapon, dude.
It's really cool. I
I
like it.
know. I
I
love the
like
Insect
aerial
Glaive.
combat.
I love the Insect Glaive. Insect Glaive, I'm down with the Insect Glaive, man. It's easier to dodge. There's a lot of special buffs. You get power ups that allows for more combos.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. Like I like gimmicks like that. That's probably the thing is like I don't like when things are very flowcharty and don't allow for much experimentation. I feel the insect glaive allows for experimentation.
What are the most hidden gems video games? That's a good
Fucking
question.
mischief maker.
Okay, I'll accept that. Well, are you saying that because Big Al says it?
No, I had that game when I was a kid. My parents bought it for me because it was in the bargain bin.
Let's see. Hidden gem, hidden gem, hidden gem, hidden gem. You know what? I can't think of something old school yet, but I'll just say Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
That one's really underrated.
Yeah, if you're thinking of playing
I feel a
Pokemon,
lot of people don't appreciate Spec Ops: The Line anymore.
I need to watch Wooly's LP of that game.
I need to as well. I've only seen part one. Yo, Reciteer.
I have that on my Steam wish list.
I played a lot of Reciteer. That is a game that I did not know I wanted. Chantilly's is also interesting, but I
Dude,
didn't play it as much,
dude,
which is
Resistor.
basically the first game they made that was a lot of reused assets that they used in Reciteer.
I first heard about Resusciteer because Mr. Medicare, who at the time was Games Good Me Bad, did an LP of that stream. And he would make nothing but uncomfortable lolly jokes every time he would stream that game.
I
It was
remember
the funniest shit
I
ever.
remember Bro Team Pill played Reciteer. I haven't seen Bro Team Pill make a video in a while, and I kind of like him.
Oh, what's that? You got something if I close my eyes and open my mouth?
Oh no. Do you know Bro Team Pill at all or no?
No, no, I don't.
Okay, so Bro Team Pill is a guy who would stream just dumb shit that you didn't think you would be possible to stream. Like on he doesn't have a consistent streaming schedule from what I can tell. And I remember he went on Picardo and streamed Demon Sperm. a weird side scroller based on Demon Souls, where every time you lost to a demon, it would rape you.
Ooh.
And the admins of Picardo said, "You have to draw something. This is an art website." So he goes, "Okay, fine." And he drew a clown and slowly turned it into a horrible vagina.
Damn, that's fucked up. And that's a
And
terrible.
my favorite stream he ever did was he went on Twitch and streamed himself catfishing on Tinder. No, not Tinder. Okay, Cupid.
Uh,
And he
okay.
turned it into a game that he would take all the creepiest messages sent to him by guys, because he would use like a photo of girls he found online or like a girl he knew. And then every creepy message he got from a guy, he would copy paste and send it to another guy that sent him a creepy message. So it'd just be a bunch of guys flirting with each other. It was an amazing stream.
Okay, that's a weird way. Okay, I usually try to keep it a 3 hour limit. I think now's a good time. We got wrap shit up, dude.
Okay, but 3D Game Heroes is great because Adam Wilson is still the president of the United States and 3D Game Heroes.
Nice, but yeah, we should try for this again next week or something.
I'm down again. This was great.
I know this
I
is
might run
fun.
out of Jameson. I have to buy more.
I probably need to buy 2 daiquiris this time or something. I don't know.
Oh no, we're gonna ruin each other's diets.
Worth it. Totally worth it. And we still be skinnier than Al, even if we were to put our weights together.
Okay. I'm gonna go against that. I'm proud of Al. He's making real progress.
I haven't seen him recently, so he definitely needs to make a fucking
Oh
update
no,
video on camera.
he's way skinnier. He's lost nearly 100 pounds.
We all have to
He
see
is.
fucking not so big Al 2K6 anymore.
Yeah, no, I've been making that joke. When we hosted a panel together, I want to do this panel again, but we called it Big Al and Lackluster Size Jay's Late Night Con Show.
Lackluster.
I thought that was really funny. I want to do it again because I had so much fun doing it. It was just like a late night shit post, and we did it at GoDaikoCon, and it died the next year.
Damn. Well, I'm glad you had fun, Vicky Diaz, because I'm pretty sure this is the
Okay,
first time I've ever
Oni.
seen you on my what?
Yeah, I haven't seen you either. Actually, Oni, I don't remember Mischief Makers in the Nintendo collab, and I watched that a few times. I'm gonna rewatch that right when this is over
All right.
because I remember I loved Legendary Frog, I loved Super Flash Brothers, I loved John and Richie. Is their website still up? I'm gonna check that right now.
I don't know, but I have to wrap it up right now. It is
I'm
getting
sorry.
fucking late, man. So, but we'll do this again next week because this is fun. But I have to actually get other content out as well. So I hope you guys had fun watching the stream. I'll probably post a link to our Discord in the description below after we cut the air. And with that, this is Darkscream signing out.
This is Sir Squiggleton wishing you a salutations and good night.
And take care, everybody.